Definitely will. I've still got to wait 3 minutes because I'm uploading something.
3 minutes? No, I'm out.
I know, I'm sorry.
Yes, I'm catching
I
up
may
to
have
you.
broken life.
I have 5 hours of streaming already going on. Need to stream at double the speed so you can catch up.
Twice the speed, double the fall. How do I pop out chat? There we go. I want your Twitch chat so I can fucking keep track of what memes are going on.
My maze.
Memes.
Oh, hello, Roogs.
Reamers. Paul.
We were doing the things and stuff. Imagine having a green host and 3 brackets on each side. I think I'm gonna do good old Azazel. Azazel nuts.
Azazel nuts. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Well, there's a bunch of high ragses.
Oh, hello.
These aren't the memes you're looking for. Oh, great. Piercing shots with Azazel. That's gonna be super helpful. Right. I saw on Twitter that the debate went well. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Roogs, I have a question. How come you always say less lean people actually look strong? I'm just curious.
Less lean people usually...
Look strong.
I'm sorry, what? Less lean people usually look strong?
Yeah, that's the...
So if you're very lean, you won't look as strong as someone who's in like if you go to a strongman competition and you look at them, they're pretty big dudes. They have a whole bunch of muscle and stuff on them. I mean, generally people who are very lean will not, they don't look as strong as people who are bigger with more muscles all around them. That's an odd question to ask.
Yeah.
That generally comes up when we watch like movies and shows and stuff where super duper lean skinny ladies will beat up these huge buff guys, and it's just weird to watch, and my brain is telling me that none of this is right.
Your racist brain.
It really takes away a lot of the value and reward that comes with like working out and becoming strong. Like, what's the point of becoming like if you present a fictional world, what's the point in becoming strong and working out and like actual training if you can just get destroyed by the protagonist lady who can just beat the shit out of you for magical reasons?
It'd be better if it were magic. But it's
Yeah, I
never
guess magic would actually be better. Yeah, it's just she's just stronger than you, even though you're twice her size and you have twice the muscle mass.
Yeah,
She
gonna
can
be
just punch you and you're done.
gonna be interesting in the new Predator movie they apparently do with the female cast.
Yay!
When there's like
This will
soldiers
save
that have problems taking down
Finally.
a predator.
Finally!
Box stuff. Yeah. May your power bring rage. I suppose to clarify, I mean cut dudes with like abs and stuff. I don't mean tiny people. Oh, there was a follow-up to the question for you, Rex. Oh, I just realized that. Not like super small people that look like thin, it's like cut dudes like with abs and stuff. Apparently.
I mean, if it looks like they have a whole bunch of muscle and they're big, then yeah, I can believe they're strong. But a lot of lean people just are skinny and super slim.
It's about time women get to be brutally hunted down and slaughtered by an alien creature. Oh my.
It's very progressive.
Finally, a hero can finally relate on the sole fact she has a vagina because I'm a sociopath. Oh boy.
Maybe a vagina is the next step in our evolution. That's what they're after.
I mean, that was a step in evolution, is acquiring that, all that going on
That
down
device.
The vajayjay device.
there. How many
We must
millions of
harness such a
generations?
vajayjay.
That was a lame chest. My metal isn't very lean and he sucks at gaming. Checkmate atheists. Hey. That's rude.
Metheists.
Matthias. Ew, what kind of tumor is this? Spore shot. Ugh. I've purple brimstone, that looks disgusting. Ooh, tears and faith up. Sweet. I suppose I just wanted clarification if you meant highly muscled or big. Thank you for the clarification. I'm a fitness dude, so I wanted clarification. Rags.
Hoopadoo.
Predator can track them by their menstrual blood. Ah, ew, stop.
That's
Probably true,
gross.
though.
Ew, they get goopy things on them when I shoot them with this thing.
What, women?
I mean, sure.
I mean, I don't know, I can't do anything to help you, but it
Ooh,
sounds
luck.
horrible.
Bow, bow, bow. You say ew, well that's a plot to Pitch Black, first Riddick movie. Oh no.
You need to watch that again.
I haven't watched a movie in forever.
Why did you sing?
Ever.
Under my umbrella.
Oh, great, shot speed down. My favorite.
Liar, it's not your favorite at all.
But the Predator won't kill a single woman.
It's a thing that's actually a possibility that I could believe.
Mm-hmm. I got strangtisms. Okay, you said that certain genitals are intrinsically virtuous. What if at JJ we had to eviscerate women to free the child? That was not an optimal survival mechanism. Will Rags ever replay the Witcher games?
Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. That's a lot of... That's a big game to go and replay. Because I wouldn't breeze through it. I'd have to do all the stuff and all the things and talk to all the people and... That'd take a while. It's quite a commitment. And I would probably play new games first. I got enough games I haven't played I need to get into and finish and work on.
Tim, you should play it with mods, because there's a lot of good ones apparently.
Yeah, I would play with mods. I did, typically.
Oh, okay. Everyone's favorite form of exercise. I like riding my bicycle. I think that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to be a lady predator? They'll team up with the female lead to take down the predator patriarchy. Good God.
That might actually be what they do.
I can only hope.
We're the oppressed female predators. We need the help of the human hunters to help us break the patriarchy that's ruled over our people for thousands of years.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Do not puke explosive puke on me. It's quite painful. Oh, Mortal and the gang. Do you know that the actor for Drax, Batista, and it's moved? Damn it.
No.
Is going to throw in the towel because he doesn't like the fact that Drax doesn't like shirts. Wait, what? Okay.
He wants to wear a shirt?
Apparently.
Suppose you could let him wear one.
I would
won't
say
hold
you
it
could.
against him.
Apparently, they won't. I guess that's the thing.
Oh.
I'm sure they could come up with some alien shirt design that would be fine, like something like a sleeveless thing, or. But all right, I mean, I can't imagine Drax as anyone else.
Yeah. Ooh. Rainbow baby, random body.
One of the best lines from him in Microcosm is probably when he says, "I too am extraordinarily humble."
Yeah.
Probably defeated by "You are stunning and brave" flashbacks. Fork and scissor. I haven't seen a new one, but about curing autism. It's because he's an old man. Like if he doesn't like going shirtless every film. Yeah. After he stood up for Gun 2. Yeah. It's Drax doesn't want to be objectified.
Demand he be objectified.
How mortal did you destroy the solar system sufficiently? Yeah, I did it a couple of times. But yeah, I'm playing more tomorrow. Because this game is pretty, like, the game is pretty cool. But now we're gonna hang with those massives here. Oh, Rex, have you played Deep Rock Galactic?
Very briefly, like years ago. I remember basically nothing about it.
Oh, okay. I played a whole bunch with some friendos. Can be pretty fun.
It's good.
Yeah.
I've heard it's good.
Alrighty, I'm good to start up. You guys okay with your thoughts and opinions being broadcasted live?
I mean, I've been doing so for a couple of
Sure.
hours already, so I think I'm not okay with this.
I figured. Alright, we'll wait.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Maybe I will.
Or maybe you won't.
Ew.
Imagine the same thing, but it's a woman who has to walk around in just bra and or panties. Oh, that would be changed on a dime.
I hope they try and make the female predators really sexy.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Something
Just
exotic.
what I wanted in my predators.
Yeah. Maybe their mouths have like that weird mandible. Maybe their vaginas are like that too, where they have like little little arm things down there to hold the penis when it's in. Who knows? It's aliens. Fucking
You could
do
call
it. Just
them
make it weird.
sexual predators.
Oh
No
my
way.
goodness. Fucking do it.
Alrighty. So today's game of the game is Super Monkey Ball.
Monkey.
Y'all ever played Monkey Ball?
Monkey.
I don't think I ever played it. I think I watched a fuck ton of speedruns of it though. Where they do
Pretty sure
like really crazy shit with the movement of the platforms. It was like ding 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 and then they're in the goal. It's like, oh okay.
God, so many options. You can do stereo or mono sound.
Damn.
Yeah.
Mewbshli, do you remember what this heart with fire on top does?
Art with fire on top. No.
Dang it.
It gives you the burning loins.
Oh no.
The burning loins, you say? Alrighty. So, while I play through this little game, it's like pinball or Peggle. It's not really like Peggle. It's like Marble Blast, but
You know,
not.
Peggle was a good game.
Why didn't they make more Peggles?
I think a monk played
What
Peggle
happened?
today.
Did they get like removed?
What, Peggle?
Did they do evil? Did the company go down? What happened?
I do not know.
I think PopCap is who made Peggle. I can't imagine they went down. They make a shit ton of mobile games and stuff like that. Which is like
You'd
printing
think they would have
money.
released just fuck it, just an update of the game for, you know,
Peggle
modern
2?
times. Well, they did do a Peggle 2, didn't they? Or did they?
I don't know.
I'm not
I
even
wouldn't be
sure.
surprised if they did. I can check on Steam. Peggle.
Mm-hmm.
Purgle.
We have
Pagul.
Peggle Deluxe, Peggle Knights, and Peggle Pack. Which I guess Peggle Pack is all the Peggles. Yeah, it comes
pretty
with
sure, yeah,
Peggle
that's-
Deluxe and Peggle Knights.
Oh no.
It is it's on sale right now. The Peggle Pack bundle is a $7.50.
Look, guys, I just got like an error for Dolphin for this game. If it doesn't work or it freezes, I'm gonna go to Luigi's Mansion. Okay. I'm willing to play a game where I'm a bull. I swear.
Are homing shots any good with Brimstone?
No.
At least not with the... Maybe with normal Brimstone, but not with Azazel's one. It's more damage, though. They're both pretty good. Damn it.
Do you get Resi 4 to work or not? I think I'll have to look into... I might actually just end up getting the Resident Evil 4 on GameCube. That might end up making it easier. I'm not sure. It'll be, It won't be as preferable, but that is okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Also,
thinking
no, I
backwards.
haven't watched Invincible yet. No.
Wow. Not a true anime fan.
You haven't watched it? Oh, Jesus.
I'm not a true anime fan.
I go with the holy water. I know this is good.
Female reproductive mandibles. Yeah, that's a great way to start the stream, I'd say. Anybody who's like just tuned in, they listen to the beginning, they're like, yeah, reproductive mandibles.
I like yeah. I mean, I'd do that. I give that a try.
Give
As
it a
long as
go,
they didn't have
yeah.
like teeth or anything on them, I'm right with that. I'll give it a go.
My winning mom. Don't really know. This game is a little chaotic. Also, is it? I don't know. That we're collecting bananas as monkeys. I feel like that's a stereotype.
Oh,
I
no.
don't know. Did you guys ever get Road Rage IRL? Since I don't drive. Rags, have you ever been Road Ragey?
No, I don't think so. I can't think of a time where that's ever happened.
Never come across another driver who's really stupid and been like,
Oh, he's
ugh,
stupid, sure, but not like road ragey. Nothing like that.
oh well. Mel, you drive all the time. Give us your road rage stories.
Ah!
See? Anger. Anger for the German. I learned from Jay Longbone that Mola is the big Gwei. Gwei?
That's fucked up.
Is this some kind of variation?
Leads to tailgating.
Whoa.
Tailgating.
Oh,
To
jeez,
break
I nearly
jacket
killed
leads.
myself.
Game is louder than voice. How did that happen? It's like
Oh, is that about my stream or your stream?
that's my stream, but I don't know how
Oh,
because
that's
everything is like on 1 for me. I don't know. I can
This game
boost
is
my
kind of
tisms
loud, but I
though.
think it's alright. Oh, I missed a banana.
Let me see the volume
I'm
mixer
a
here.
terrible monkey.
Binding of Isaac is like super low. Like I don't even know. Oh, everyone else says lies. It's not for me. Okay, well.
I see. But yeah, I mean, big Gwei. Why not? I don't see why. I'm not going to give up that title. Seems like a cool one. I might have powers with it. Never
Big
know.
Gwei.
Get the banana. Okay, there we go. Goal. I started playing Resident Evil 4, also hi Rags.
Hi there. Hope you like it.
Yeah, I think Rags would approve of Resident Evil 4, from what I understand. So, yeah, good stuff. Whoa. Oh my god, the bananas move with the platforms. What is this next-gen video gaming?
Norkstron.
Oh. Guys, it's so spooky. So safe.
Spunky.
Mewbshli,
Yeah.
apparently your chat is not on screen. I haven't checked myself, but someone just...
They're right, it's not. How strange.
You idiot!
It's not my
Right.
fault, I swear.
Fix it!
I'm gonna, Mom.
God damn it, Mewbshli. What happened?
Hey, look. I think that you're mistaken because chat is totally working. If you have your eyes turned to it in just a moment, it'll be right there,
See,
and nothing was ever wrong. Nope.
see, this is another benefit of just being in my chat. You can just fix Mewbshli's chat. It's crazy. It's like all good.
Ah, I fell off a cliff because of you.
Why of me?
Feels bad, man.
It has not been my fault. I do not accept this.
What are you, Italian?
See,
I'm sorry, that was so offensive. I don't like this level. I'm gonna die.
that's a lot of explodey flies. Holy ball sack haroonies.
Scary. Hey everyone, glad to see you're playing this classic. Thinking of buying the first volume of Berserk and giving it a try in memory of Kentaro Miura. Yeah, from what I hear, it's a lot of fun. The whole set. And it's a shame he won't be able to finish him himself. Hi crew, this week has been a mixed bag. Yesterday I killed myself. Fuck. Yesterday I graduated, but this week I also lost my cat and one of my favorite authors, Kentaro Miura. I'm assuming that is going to be passed away. Well, that sucks. Life often brings a lot of this shit all at the same time. I cannot do this level. I think I'm about to like fail the whole thing.
When is the
I don't think I
Yun
need the
Super
bananas.
Monkey Ball race?
It would be embarrassing. We shouldn't. Well, I did it again. All right, my first attempt was the best one. This is Dark Souls.
Dark Souls.
I have received a bunch of play points though. Wait, what happens if I continue? Is there a penalty or?
Penalty.
Oh.
Penalty.
Look, guys, we got to get every banana on this stage now to claw back the pride of being defeated by the bananas. Oh, Race. Oh.
Bananas.
Bogworm.
Jay Longbow was doing a stream, and one of the videos was talking about queer coding, and their example lined up with Mola. I'm queer coded. I'm not even sure if that means I have powers, but I'll take it. Oh,
To some people, I'm
Yeah,
sure
thanks
you
for the
do.
host.
can I fire a laser? That's the important bit.
I honestly prefer Twitch chat over YouTube chat, so I can use proper
Oh.
emotes.
It's true. But YouTube is where all the cool people are, so I don't know. Oh, look at that, guys. We did the whole thing this time.
We did it.
Go.
balled those
Monkey
monkeys.
win.
High 4.
Hey, Mewbshli, Far From Home of 405, Winter Soldier Poopy, and then... Okay, so, from what I understand, it's probably better that you guys have to wait for the number ratings / ratings in general for the conversation. That makes more sense. So let's just say, get excited, I suppose. I feel like I shouldn't say anything. He's gonna be fun. Started playing Mass Effect. Y'all like it? Hi, Rags.
Hi. Yes, I do.
Yeah, I mean, I think Fringy and Rags are big old fanarenos of it. Me and Mel haven't played it, I think.
I played 1 and 2 way back when it came out,
Oh,
and I remember liking it, but I don't remember anything about it. So.
damn. See, I just thought you hadn't played it at all because you just never talk about it.
Well, that's why you're a bad friend.
No, that just means you're a dispassionate
You could be a
monkalog.
better friend, though. In all fairness,
Well, I think everyone could be a better friend. You know, it's like...
not me.
Yeah, Rex's pretty cool.
Not because
Okay,
I'm the
yeah.
best friend. I'm just like, fuck y'all.
Rags, you're the exception that proves the rule. Okay.
I could
what
not
they
be a
say.
better friend. I just won't. I won't do it.
I just don't want to.
Out of principle.
I won't. I'm fine as is.
Oh, there we go. Oh my god, my childhood fave. A lot of people requested I play this since it is on the Gamma Cube, and people like it a lot. I think it's neat. And there's plenty to do, I think. Like collect bananas. Oh my goodness gracious, it's Rags.
It is me. Hello to you.
And that weird German
good
guy who's
sir
terrible
or
at video
madam.
games. Also, hi Wumbo. Hello.
I heard that. Fuck you.
You're nothing.
Code.
Yeah, you're nothing.
I heard you added all the things.
Yeah, no. So wait, I have done something. I don't think I've unlocked anything. Super Monkey Ball staff? Is this the credits? Oh no. Can I get points in the credits? Oh, I can. Yeah. Oh.
I've
Oh, is
never.
that losing bananas? I gotta avoid the letters, I see. Oh, well, this is nice. Nintendo like to make interactive credits, and that is neat. You know, I give them 3 points for that.
I'm
Nice.
glad they're not copyright striking you being interactive with their credits.
Yeah.
Alright.
I've never fought this boss before.
No!
No. Hail Mootle, Mewbshli and Ragtime Jazz.
Hello, my ragtime jazz.
Guys, I think I've frozen Super Monkey Ball. I'm so sorry.
I told you not to do that.
We are dangerously close to Luigi's mansion. Okay, video game. Alright. Just come down. Okay. You can stop now. Oh god, we won't exit.
Please be health. Tears down. Fuck! Oh no, frozen monkey balls are painful.
Frozen monkey. Okay, reboot. Time has come to a stop, I know. Okay. Stupid, unreliable service.
Come yum 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 yum. Fuck. I think I only have 1/2 heart left, and I don't like it.
I only
Sure,
have
maybe.
1 heart left.
Oh.
Left.
Guess. Is like, can I say left? He's like, yeah, I can, yeah. I only have 1 heart left.
Watched Army of the Dead. It was the worst zombie movie I've ever seen. It's also the worst movie Snyder ever did. Oh, that's...
Ooh, I listen, so it's not that I don't believe you, but have you seen his other films? It might be. That's the thing. I could totally believe that this is the worst zombie movie ever made.
It certainly, definitely, maybe could be. We shall see, I suppose. Hello all. Just finished watching you guys play Dark Pictures Little Hope. Had so much fun watching y'all play. Did you enjoy it as much as I did?
No.
No,
No.
that game fucking sucks.
Yeah,
That
that
was one
was.
of the worst games I've ever played.
It actually is. It almost skirts the line as to what can and cannot be called a video game.
Yep.
What a gigantic load of horse shit.
Yeah, can't wait for the next one.
I can't wait.
Rags, tell James how wrong he is about the Mass Effect trilogy in your smug doggo fashion.
James? Who's James? Well,
Oof.
James Moore?
Yeah.
Or another James? I didn't know if that's the James we're talking about.
No,
I
James
mean,
Moore.
I don't know. I don't really care all that much. I haven't played them in so long.
I don't even know what his take is. Maybe it's a good take. I don't know.
Maybe he doesn't think they're good. Then I don't know about that. I don't know what his thing is though. So.
Yeah. Mel, you must be aware of this mysterious Mass Effect take, right?
You probably mentioned it a bunch in my chat, but I already forgot. Sorry.
Damn.
I think he likes one of the others more, which is
Andromeda,
Others
yeah.
more?
no, not that one.
Does he like? I hope not.
No, not that one. I don't know.
This isn't possible.
Are you any of the other Mass Effect except for Victoria 3? I never played a single one of those games, so not really.
Oh no, I'm gonna have to do this spooky hard level again. Hello there, hi Rags.
Hi.
How did I?
Just watched Tonal's incredible story in EFAP 100. Genuinely shed a tear. What a wonderful god. Yeah, man, it was some good times. That's almost a year ago that happened now. It's a little bit, Jesus.
Yeah, hard to believe.
Time moves
Time flies when you're having
fast.
fun. All this great media, you know, we're just having a great time.
Yeah. So I'm in a bittersweet mood. Looking forward to the next phase and read the damn masterpiece Berserk. Oh, read the damn masterpiece Berserk, you massives. My man literally drew pixel by pixel. Wow.
Yeah, I saw some of the artworks. They're pretty darn impressive.
I only hear good things about it. Which is good.
And I died.
I didn't. I'm a monkey.
Oh, I'm a monkey.
One banana left.
1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana.
What about a brood? What a brood.
Abruten.
What about the Bayayes?
Das war Bruten.
Oh, fuck.
Have either you
Fuck!
or Rags played Nier Replicant? I would highly recommend it if you haven't.
You wouldn't
I have
like it.
not.
I have not.
Maybe, actually, that's not true. You might like the combat. The combat is pretty fun.
Do I have to put up with a bunch of weeb shit in between the combat?
It's not as bad as other games, but basically, yes.
Alright.
There is a twinge of weeb, yes. You know, some say there's a twinge of weeb in Resident Evil, so maybe some weeb is okay.
A little. Yeah, I guess there's just a tiny little.
A sprinkling of weeb.
A sprinkle of weeb.
Just watched the new MODOK Marvel show. It's not very good, but surprisingly not woke like most MCU stuff these days. Also, hi Rags, ooh ooh.
Hi.
I don't
That's
even
surprising.
know what that show is. I don't think I've heard that it was a thing.
Wait, what show?
MODOK?
No idea.
Horseman?
I don't know. I got nothing for that. It only took 2.5 years, but I finally started watching Buffy. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Sir of House Long. Well, just let me know how the story ends. Did you give up on it because it was too cringe? Or did you watch it through to the end and maybe feel a few things? Remember, Buffy and Angel, alright?
Fields? Ugh.
There's no skipping one for the other. Whoa. Oh, grab the banana.
Oh, is that Bob's brain?
I've seen all of his movies, but even the first 10 minutes was enough to convince me that this abomination is the worst. Holy moly.
Ooh, wow, that must be pretty bad.
I kind of want to see
No,
it
that's
now.
not Bob's brain. Common cold.
Especially
I
if it's a
wonder if
zombie
it's-
movie. They're so easy to do.
I wonder if it's worse than the Winter Soldier.
It's my birthday. Well, happy birthday.
Happy Flumbletons.
Yeah.
Hope you're having a good one. I'm still pretty devastated, even though I know it's dumb to me. It would be like if Tolkien died before Return of the King. He had such a huge influence on my adult life. That was the second half of the early one. And yeah,
gotcha.
I follow. I think this is a pretty significant blow to a lot of people. Oh fuck. Maybe I should skip the bananas on this one.
Not a phrase you get to hear often.
But yeah, I from what I understand, he's left some notes, so you guys should be able to get an ending that approximates what he would have wanted. So hopefully it's good, I guess.
Maybe it will be.
Did you ever notice sometimes there are too many bananas, but not enough coconuts? Some African guy. Oh yeah, I don't get it. What's the reference?
I thought that was a weird sex thing.
I mean, I'm not against it if it is. You know, everybody's entitled to their own preferences.
Ah, yes. You open the chest with a key just to get another key.
Oh no, we crashed again.
I'm right back where I've started. Played us like a damn fiddle.
Damn
Also,
fiddle.
don't worry about seeing Terminator Dogfight as a background. I just needed the color. Because I had to fill in the sides. But yeah, that just crashed the whole program. So now I'm gonna have to try a different backend. If it doesn't work, I am going to resort to Luigi's Mansion. I'm so sorry for that, but there's nothing I can do.
Lugism.
La 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 Lugism.
Oh yeah. Gizmatisms.
Yes. I wonder how many times I'm gonna have to play this opening level of fucking Super Monkey Ball.
Curious, but what are you, Mewbshli and Roogs, thoughts on the zombie genre? I still love the Zambloid apocalypse, but they're very overdone and samey.
They can be.
Yeah,
I really like the idea, the concept of fending off zombies, but I feel like it's always really just not quite done as well as it could be. It's very difficult. There's some I like. I really like 28 Days Later. There's good stuff out there. I like zombie games. There's plenty of zombie games or zombie-esque games that I enjoy.
Yeah. I mean, zombies was where we were at before superheroes took everything, I think, right?
Yeah,
Everything was doing zombies. Alright, we're on a different back end now, so we might get different results. Hopefully it just doesn't break at all, but if it does, guys, you know, the Luigi, he's just looking at me. He's giving me the Luke.
Luigi.
Zombieland 1 was great. That one is a weird one
Yeah,
for
maybe.
me. The first time I watched it, I really liked it, and then I rewatched
alright,
it, and I couldn't get into it. I was like, I don't like this for some reason.
Do you know what bothered me so much about it?
What is it?
This was definitely something that shouldn't have annoyed me so much, because I wasn't even like... I'm certainly not a gun person, but the main character's primary weapon to carry around with him in the zombie apocalypse constantly is a double-barrel shotgun. And, like, I kept thinking, man, if a group of, like, 5 come at you, and you get 2, then you just gotta run. Like, if only
3.
you had...
Why go to 5? If there's 3 coming after you, then...
So I said 5 because you could manage to kill the 3 with 2 shots if you get it. If you get them in bottleneck.
I don't think so.
Well,
I think people seriously. So a shotgun has shotguns don't penetrate really. It's one of the reasons they're great for things like home defense.
Oh, I was picturing a scatter, not like a slug.
And the second thing I was going to say is people really overestimate how much spread a shotgun has.
Yeah, but
shotgun.
I'm assuming the user would know this, like, can take advantage of it.
So it's not necessarily about taking advantage, because that won't change the property of the shotgun itself. Like, you have to aim with shotguns down the sights and everything. Like, shotgun I have is a ghost ring sight. It's you just gotta, you have to aim. And at the point where they spread out so far that it can hit 2 zombies, I am very, very skeptical of its ability to kill a zombie reliably.
Well,
Maybe
then,
it will, but I personally, if the zombie apocalypse happens, I would not. I would not use a shotgun myself. If there was someone, see, I wouldn't use a shotgun. If I did, it would be my Hawk 982, which is a 12 gauge pump action, and it's tube fed. So, but I wouldn't use a double barrel.
Well, anyway, I said 5 just to make sure, right? So, because there's a very good chance there's going to be big groups. So, there's a part in the movie, I think it's near the end, like he's just like ambushed by a couple zombies. He shoots his fucking gun twice, and then he's like, oh no, and just starts running, and he's panicking, and I was just like, that was always gonna happen. Just don't know why.
And then
Why
there's
would you
the
have that?
aspect of if you're in a it depends if they're fast or slow zombies. I typically imagine they're somewhere in the middle. Like they're not coordinated enough to like super sprint, but they're gonna like they're gonna jog after you.
Cool.
You know, if it's at the point where you have to fight too many, it's just you just need to maybe leave. I guess it depends on how intelligent they are, because they're super. I bet they'd be super exploitable. Like, can they unlock a door or things like that? You know, how intelligent would they be? It'd depend. But yeah, double barrel shotgun would not be my first. Wouldn't be my first choice.
Also, I've already got the freeze warning on this back end, so it's not looking good, Monkey Ball. I love you, but you know, it sucks because I'm kind of having fun with this. You know, it's a fun little game.
Yeah.
If I'm not allowed to play it because my PC says no, it's just like, well. Where are we? I implore anyone to give Berserk a shot. It has some problems, but it is so influential in dark fantasy, and don't wait to create the thing you've always wanted to make. You don't know how much longer you'll be here. Yeah, I think you could definitely take that away from this event. Did you ever notice... Oh wait, I read that. Yeah. Best/worst superhero costume in movie you've seen?
Wait.
Superhero costume?
It gives you one.
There's a lot of good MCU ones.
I misread.
Huh?
Best costume for a superhero. Assuming it has to be an actual costume, not just a like clothes.
Presumably.
Yeah.
So I think I really don't like Captain Falcon's in the Winter Soldier show, but I doubt that's going to be comparable to whatever the worst ends up being. No.
He adjusted a big Dumbo.
Did you know?
I picked up the Satanic Bible in Isaac. I was like, oh, +1 black heart. I looked it up, but I misread it. It's +1 black heart when you use it, and I only had half a heart left, so I just picked it up and died immediately.
Oh no.
Damn.
The Anton LaVey Satanic Bible.
Oh, definitely.
I'm just saying, the man makes some good points.
Orgasmo. Cap in Avengers 1 is worst. Yeah, that's probably the worst of all of his. Not sure what was
They
going on
get
with
pretty
that.
good over time, though. I think
Yeah.
they get pretty good.
By the time you're in Civil War, he looks pretty awesome.
Yeah. Iron Man looks better more often than not, I'd say, for the most part. I think I like his
Yeah, he looks
earlier
great.
iteration better. It looks more like platey, not nanotechy
definitely.
and smooth. Yeah.
His
He
best
really
look
gives
might
that
actually be
Iron
Iron
Man
Man
look.
1.
I think I might be inclined to agree. Because he just, yeah, he looks like you hear the word Iron Man, and there's almost a quasi primitive aspect to it, where it's just a bunch of like a steampunky almost sort of vibe. Like you could see the rivets and stuff in it.
The hyper advanced one in Infinity War and Endgame and stuff, just a little bit kind of lame. They're fine.
Yeah.
I just, you know.
Yeah, they're fine, I guess. Yeah.
But yeah. You know, there's a lot of like, as for best ones, it's like Iron Man. It's like, I guess I thought that the suit that Batman's built to take on Superman looked cool, but I know a lot of people have different opinions on that one. I'm easily a sucker for just cool looking stuff. But cool can be anything.
Even me?
Cool can be anything.
Let's
better than
let's
you.
roll it back. Let's not go nuts.
Oh man. Oh, there's 2 hidden rooms in the first floor and I haven't gotten a single bomb. This is very upsetting.
So if I were able to skip the credits, maybe I wouldn't freeze. Can I do that, or do I have to play them?
No, you're not cool metal.
Ready?
God damn it.
Go!
I've been
Loud.
bamboozled.
I can't even pause this part of the game. Gosh, again, Dark Souls. Oh, so many letters.
Lettuce?
Oh man, you're stealing all my bananas.
The nerve.
Bastard.
A little bit fucked up. not gonna lie.
Question to you and the hosts of EFAB. Oh, here we go. Why is it wrong to be overly villainous for the sake of power and control? Supposedly it's done right and well written. Do all villains need to have deep tragic background and complex story behind them? Or there are just some people
No.
who are terrible for their
No.
lust for power and control over life? Stalin comes to mind for that.
I
I'm
don't
sure
think
Stalin
that
was
the
more
desire.
complicated than like the Emperor, Palpatine. I mean,
Yeah. Power for its own sake isn't a terrible motivation, because it like when people say, "Oh, they just want power," but why? It's sort of a self-answering question. Power is a pathway to all kinds of different things, control, and it can be for all kinds of different reasons to that character. I mean, you can have villains who don't even have motivations; they're just evil, like evil creatures, evil. Whether they're Tyranids or Skaven, or they're just evil. They have chaotic natures, or they're born of black magic, or they're zombies or something like that. But we're talking character-wise. As long as it makes sense, I'm generally gonna be okay with it. But yeah, I'm fine for a villain who just wants to be more powerful and who wants more control, especially if they're if their personality is to be domineering and they want to control. And you can have all kinds of very different reasons for why they want power. But you don't have to overthink it. It's just better to have something than nothing, generally, unless it's bad.
you know, just avoid contradictions. Don't make them stupid. That's another one.
Yeah, stupid villains are far more common than I'd like.
Yes. I finally finished Buffy. Enjoyed season 1 to 2 despite the flaws. Season 4 is a personal favorite, but season 6 is objectively the best. Alright, so I agree with you on the last bit, but personal favorite's number 4. Damn. I do not hear that from like anybody. A lot of people put season 2 above season 4, but you know, I like to hear it because I'm a fan of season 4. I think it's almost underrated by a lot of people. The true Buffy hot take. How long are these credits? Did they think about this when making this?
No.
Like, yeah, I mean, it's fun with the bananas, but I don't know.
You'll get there eventually.
Hi, Mola Rags and Moodle.
Hello.
Shafrillis has several bad takes. He has a series called Why BoJack Horseman is the Best Thing That Ever Happened.
Oh no.
That's
interesting.
fine for him to say that.
That's cute.
He made an okay impression when we first covered him like 2 years ago, but that
What did
last
we cover
video,
of him first year? Was it TLJ?
I think
He probably thinks that's good.
his video was like being critical of Endgame while saying that TLJ did something that Endgame tried to do but better. I think that was the video, and we ended up like agreeing with some stuff. Can't quite remember now though. But that Falcon and the Winter Soldier one was amazing.
That was really bad.
Entirely amazing. Oh,
The best thing that ever happened? I prefer food though.
it was pretty cool. I will say that.
Nah,
I'm more of an oxygen dog myself.
Robosis monkey? What the fuck does that mean?
Robosis monkey. That monkey's
by-
a villain because he has not returned to. He has embraced modernity. He has rejected monkey.
He
Rejected
jumped into
monkey.
space. Enter your name. Oh ho!
Do it.
Ready? Wait, how do I? Oh, that's an interesting way to do that. How much time do I have? Oh, it's 60 seconds. Okay. I think this is a pretty neat and creative thing to do. It would have taken him a while. Oh, we got an M. Oh, no, not P.
Holy shit. Those were 4 bad pills in one room. Wow. That's pretty impressive.
This is a community service reminder, by the way. For people who are new to Mass Effect here, never play Mass Effect Andromeda ever.
I would say avoid that one.
Well, fair enough. We survived the credit sequence. Maybe this game is long for this world.
Ooh.
I'm gonna play as Gone Gone.
Gone.
He's my favorite.
He's my favorite monkey.
Yeah, it was about me. I say Mass Effect 1 is the best, and they drop off slowly afterwards. You and Fringy have said the trilogy was an 8 out of 10-ish. I say nah, and then you said I don't give a fuck what James thinks, lol. Well, maybe that debate will happen sometime in the near century.
Nope. It will not.
Mura's passing is sad, but it's heartening to see people celebrate his incredible work and legacy. He inspired so much. Remember, Mola, we wouldn't have gotten the Soulsborne games as we know them without Berserk. True. A lot of the art would have been very different.
Does that mean that Dark Souls 2 is Berserk's fault?
Oh no.
Well,
Oh
it's
no.
that game's mechanics that are the problem.
Oh, I gotcha.
You have minus on what, with you expect? Wait, other pills
Oh no.
connected to the luck stat. I didn't even know that.
You didn't know that?
I didn't, no.
Yeah, no, did I?
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, that would explain why I got 4 bad pills in a row.
Hashtag my face is tired.
I always thought they just get randomized every run.
It's because you're an idiot.
You probably thought the same thing, Plume.
So you're
Well,
playing
yeah, but that's 'cause
Binding
I'm
of
an idiot.
Isaac now?
Yes.
What I'm doing now is I'm playing Risk of Rain 2, and
Ooh.
I'm trying to beat the game with the Artifact of Glass.
What does that do? One hit kill you?
You do 500% more damage, but you only have 10% health.
Oh, damn.
So I'm giving that a run.
I hope you live.
Me too. Trying some strategies out. Monsoon, of
But I
course.
dare
It's
not.
gonna be proper game difficulty.
This game feels dangerous, like I could fall off at any moment.
I think you can, actually.
An 11-hour podcast hating on women for having opinion is the lowest of the low. You need to touch some grass.
Oh, we can go lower.
Could have had a revolution, but instead you cashed in. Don't care if I make false assumptions. Your critiques are poor. Hashtag Mueller is hypocrite. How did they find this out?
Risk of Rain 2 is such a
I
banger.
didn't tell
Yes.
anyone. Wait, what's a banger?
Risk of Rain 2.
Yeah,
Oh.
pretty darn
Whoa.
good. Pretty good.
How much do I care about bananas? I don't know.
Seven.
Well, are you a monkey? If
The
yes,
things I've
then
gotten-
a lot.
But like I have 27, 28.
Not
So
enough.
that's only like two. That's like like an hour's worth of bananas.
So how many bananas before I can sort of like be like, okay, I have enough?
How many bananas
Follow.
until
So
retirement?
do you play as a monkey in Super Monkey Ball, or do you play as a ball?
I think I'm currently a gorilla.
Like a great ape. That's
I
like
believe
that's what
so. He's called
humans
Gone.
are one of the great. Oh, really? Is he Gone?
Yeah.
Oh,
Where did he go?
I don't know, man. It's kind of sad to think about.
Metal Drake Read Mode run?
They don't have that in the banana game. I mean, I'm complaining.
I haven't played a Greed run in forever. I'll probably fail hardcore. It's gonna be fun.
If you don't mind me asking, when is Super Chat catch up? Currently, right
Wow.
now.
yes,
we
you
are.
made it. You did it.
Well, high five!
It's, what
What incredible timing.
There's some monkey ball in the background. I'm currently
Yeah,
keeping,
balls, exactly.
keeping up with today's ones while also doing I'm interjecting Streamlabs ones, and I'll let you know as soon as we complete any sections.
Good eye.
Oh, I'm dead again.
Mother of
I think
monkey
I've been
balls.
killing myself a little too much in this game. Gone died. This is sad.
One trope I hate in anime when the villain is smart and competent and has put the perfect plan to dominate everything just right, then the hero comes in with contrived plot device and destroys the villain in the end.
Feel sorry for the villain. All that planning. Years of academy training wasted.
Wait, I can just do this? Eh. Oh, gone. Come on, buddy. I believe in you. Who trapped these creatures in these balls, by the way?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm misunderstanding this level completely. It wasn't just the art of Dark Souls. The majority of the characters and even the title of the series is straight up taken from Berserk. My god. Well, that's neat. I think it just goes up and down on a little timer thing, right? Is that what's happening?
I got little Chad.
Little chub. No, no!
Ooh.
We can just get to the goal straight away. I'm not going to worry about the bananas on this one. I don't have any play points. Aww. None of you heard of your takes back when it came out, but what did you think of the story of Red Dead Redemption 2, replaying it now? Oh, if only Fringy can answer, because I don't know. I didn't play
I
it.
played the story.
Oh my god, gone. Where are you going?
The dank depths. Pretty dank.
Have you guys seen The Bad Batch yet? First episode wasn't bad, still had a few tisms though. Transition to Empire from the clone's perspective is cool. All I know about Bad Batch is apparently Freddie Prinze Jr. plays like a fucking 10-year-old in it, and he hasn't changed his voice at all. So it's just this fucking late 40s-year-old man playing a 10-year-old.
Why?
And I don't... Like, I was so confused, I didn't know... Like, chat, is this a thing, or am I misrepresenting?
Sounds hilarious.
He played the character in a different show when he was older, but now he's playing like the younger version of him, but they didn't do anything to his voice. It says EFAP Gaming, by the way. I don't know if it's a mistake or not. Oh yeah, because it's the first time I played Super Monkey Ball, so I figure it's kind of like a showcase, but we'll also do Super Chats at the same time. Also, a lot of people are saying yes and spot on. Apparently this is true, he did, and I saw a clip of it and it was really funny. I don't know why they okayed it. I guess it's because of the name. Like, nobody's gonna care if he's old. Let the artists have their vision.
Yeah, let the autists have their vision.
Early puberty.
But yeah, we have not seen The Bad Batch. I don't imagine that we will. I hope it's good for you Star Wars fans out there.
The stars of the war. Holy shit, that's a fast boy.
Starring a whole war.
Oh, damn, that's a lot of war.
Yes. Will you guys play through all the Halo games for EFAP Gaming before Halo Infinite comes out? Maybe. No guarantee. So we cannot say for sure. Hey Fabcast. Hey Rags. Mola. Hello.
Howdy.
I remember when I first seen TLJ, I had such anger and such confusion to what I had watched in cinema, I couldn't put it into words, and then like a saint, your videos appeared in my suggestions and did it for me. I feel like I might have read that on here before, but fair enough, and I'm glad you had fun with it, because a lot of people turned out to feel very similar.
Fucking moved.
This isn't fair, I can't collect these very easily because the floor is changing. I think they did this on purpose. It's like, someone actually complains, like, developers, the floor moves in this one, makes it harder. Can you fix this?
Can you fix this?
Oh, I'm running out of time for the bonus mission. No! My bananas!
Banana.
My norms! Bonus finish. But yeah, we'd like to do Halo at some point. Don't know when exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What is this? 1.0, 0.3? I guess I'll go with... Oh, is it how thin the railing is? Jeez, this is terrifying.
So was one just like that scene after the Red Wedding where they cut Rob's head off and put Wolf's head instead and paraded his body?
Why are you laughing at that?
It's just, it just sounds funny as a concept when it's Star Wars.
What?
Just a cut off head somewhere parading around.
You have an interesting view on humor.
Yes.
Wait, why am I not allowed over this? What am I supposed to do? Hurry up. No. I don't think I was allowed to do that, but I did it. Wait, what's happening? I think I'm stuck.
Bananas.
Okay. Bananas. Let's just go with the easy one, shall we? I don't need bananas. I got loads. That mission is scary. I don't like small things. For I am Gorilla Monkey. Enter the Gungeon is my current favorite roguelike, followed closely by Risk of Rain 2. Hope we get some new good ones soon.
Me too. I kind of like the genre. There's some cool stuff you could do with it. Be very broad.
Get all of the banana. You're
Nornus.
full. You think the MCU will ever achieve previous highs? No.
Nope.
No.
All
what,
of
you
the
think
good
there's, like,
that
a
the
chance,
MCU
right?
has is probably behind us.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not impossible. If it happens, I'll be shocked.
I think it's only going to be happening with small projects being given to some random. No, it's not going to happen on any of the bigger ones now,
Yeah.
which is sad. But what are you going to do?
I've been watching Game of Thrones videos on YouTube and getting angry at D&D again. Hopefully Elden Ring is cool though. Mootle, how many flon would you need to shave your beard? I'm just gonna shave my beard. Stop asking. You bastards.
Would you recommend Resident Evil Village to someone with mummy issues? We definitely read that one out before, so now I have to figure out where we are. Oh, you know what? That seems new. If I told you that Thanos regretted using stones to kill half the universe, and my references were the scene where he says to Baby Gamora that it cost him everything, and the fact that he destroyed the stones, what would you say? So he says that to her, I assumed in reference to killing Gamora, not into referencing, because that's
Yeah,
right
yeah,
after he's
that's-
done the snap. Or even, you could even say it's as he
Oops.
does the snap, so he wouldn't have time to regret it yet. I don't know why he would be talking about everything else. Yeah, because like it seems that Gamora was the main thing he actually liked in the world. This map is scary as well.
Holy shit, he's tanky.
Eh.
What? That deflects bullets?
You might be playing ME Trilogy, so I also suggest DA Origins, since for me it's basically Lord of the Rings of video games. It shows what the ME ending could have been. Also, hi, Grand Ragus. What is your thoughts on DA?
I really
That
like
drag-
Dragon Age Origins. Dragon Age 2 is alright, but Dragon Age Origins, man, that's quite a game. I would definitely recommend it. It's tough. Probably takes a couple attempts to really sort of get it down. It's definitely a game that takes some learning, but it's very rewarding, and there's some great characters and some awesome writing. Good stuff.
Where is it?
Wonderful. God, the sacrifices I make for bananas. Oh, am I dead? Don't die.
Do you know how much I sacrificed?
Grab the pill back in the item room. Oh, in the item room it was. Yeah. Speaking
yeah,
of
I'm,
roguelites, you gotta try synthetic Mootle. I don't think I've ever heard of it.
I think I've heard of it. I think I've heard it's good.
Ooh.
I think.
I like
I
good
have a vague
stuff.
interest in the things that were mentioned. I might, What would you recommend, Rags? Playing the Mass Effect trilogy first or Dragon Age Origins?
I'd say Mass Effect trilogy. Well, Dragon Age Origins is a game, so you could probably complete that game faster than the Mass Effect trilogy, and then move on.
Yeah.
I would say though that Dragon Age Origins is definitely more difficult.
Has Rago
Like a
seen
lot
or
of things.
tried Returnal?
Returnal?
I don't think you have a PlayStation 5, so you
No, I don't
probably
have
haven't.
a PlayStation 5. No.
From what I've seen, it's like roguelite with like a time loop thingy going on, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it looked kind of cool graphically, like it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, but PlayStation only, so I don't know if I'll be able to play it.
Yeah, I'm not. If it's not on PC, I'm not playing it.
God damn. I hate this fucking bit. I guess I should just ignore the banana. That's probably the way to go. Why can't I jump? I feel like I'm missing a jump option.
Gonna come in tomorrow.
The
Oh,
old
sweet.
ball jump.
Do you think MovieBot will regret stepping off 75% of the universe? I don't think so.
Oh,
No.
you'll be doing it again soon enough.
What did it cost? Nothing.
Nothing.
Why would you ask?
Get rid of the troglodytes that did bad stuff.
Kept
They
me
stole
from
my
living on the moon
Halloween.
base. Or something.
But yeah, I might play them in future. As Dave Filoni climbs higher at Lucasfilm, are you more optimistic for the future of Star Wars? I'm hopeful for the future, personally.
No.
It's normal.
So I don't know why you would think that we would
Why?
think. I guess if Rags, what would you want to have to deal with? Another TLJ or another Mando season?
Another Mando season.
Yeah. So I guess in a sense we'll have Filoni take over being a plus, but my God, that's where
Mando's
we're at.
way
I
more
guess.
fun to make fun of. It's so terrible and entertainingly terrible that I would much rather watch another Mando. Yeah. Easily. And plus, there aren't any characters to ruin, so that makes it safe.
Yeah.
The action will all be stupid, but it always was anyway, so don't worry about it.
Mass Effect is the Game of Thrones of gaming, not the plot, how the ending killed the entire franchise, except at least Mass Effect was consistent until that point, instead of a multi-season collapse. Hi Rags, and hello Rags, pure luscious snow.
Hello. Love me some snow.
Yeah, when we talk about like the earlier examples of a lot of different things going horrible, we often end up referencing, or a lot of people end up referencing Mass Effect as one of the earlier ones of complete utter disappointments. I only remember hearing about it because I never played them.
Yeah.
Mass
Talk about a
Effect
huge
3's ending.
deflation.
Talking about how great Mass Effect's ending is, the third one specifically.
Yeah. God, I remember that because when I reached the ending, it was about 2 or 3 a.m. I'd played Mass Effect 3 for like 12 hours straight because I was having so much fun.
Yeah, the gameplay was really good.
All the payoffs and stuff with like Tally and the Geth and the
Morden
Krogans. Rax saying that Shepard would mean hero. Oh, it's good
Yeah,
stuff.
so good. So good. And then the
Yeah.
final like it wasn't even the final mission. The final mission, it did feel it felt like a
No,
final mission,
It did.
but
It did up until the end.
and
but
then you
it
get to the
started-
end section. It's like literally the last 10 minutes of the game, and at the finish at the finish line of the trilogy, they're like,
Yeah.
"Fuck you and everything you've done,
It
piece
is.
of shit." It's here's the
Idea of
thing.
Mass
It's
Effect.
it's the kind of ending where even if you could try and make arguments as to why it totally makes sense, it is so insanely disappointing and stupid from just an audience perspective. I am just so shocked why they decided
Yeah.
to do it. All they had to do was just tap it in. That's all they had to do. You're right there. You just tap it in, and boom, you sink it. But just give. This is
Yeah.
why when people say, "Oh, all they did was give the audience what they want," it's like, I'll fucking take that. At this point, I will gladly take them giving the audience what they want at the end, as long as it makes
I mean,
sense.
I'd rather have that than what we got, which is I only got the 2 choices. I didn't get all 3. I only got the 2 to
3.
destroy and what was it? Control them. And I only managed to save the Geth. So, but I was like, oh, I'm destroying the Reapers. It was like, wait, so does that mean like, what does that mean for the Geth dead? And I remember I was like, do I regret that choice? I'm like, I don't even understand that choice. Like, I don't even understand what's happened.
Yeah,
I
a
don't know what this-
bizarre ending. Absolutely bizarre ending. That kind of,
Yeah.
I think that was like the first time in video games where an ending like that just caught everyone off guard, and everyone was like, "What the fuck happened?" And you'd have to go talk to your friends the next day about what the actual fuck was that. Did any of you guys understand that, or is it, like did I get because all of the endings are the bad ending.
Yeah,
There's
that's
no
right.
good ending.
But, well, yeah, because it's like, I don't understand why these are our only choices. Why would you have a game that's about player choice end with 3 choices that are the same?
They're all
cutscene
shitty.
plays out? Yeah, they all suck. I don't like
They
any
all
of them.
suck. They all super undermine everything you do over a
And then
trilogy.
your friends abandon you and fly off to another planet.
Well, they
leave you
can't
behind.
really, because I think in all of the endings the mass relays are destroyed.
Yeah, which means that the galaxy is doomed.
Yeah, you are stuck on your local system forever.
Yeah, there ain't
You are
enough
not-
resources on Earth to support the population of Earth, let alone an entire fleet comprised of all the alien species in this universe.
I just don't understand it, and it's not just that aspect. it's the whole. It's like it takes out so much of the magic and thrill of the Mass Effect universe, where it's almost like a Star Trek, Star Wars kind of. You can go to all kinds of different crazy places, and the galaxy is interconnected, and all these races and species are doing all kinds of stuff, and like that's gone now. There's like all of that, all the coolness of Mass Effect 1 when you're exploring this new world. It's gone. It's done. It's all finished. It's all for nothing. It's never gonna happen again. Not only is it not only is it gone, it's like never coming back.
Yeah, because they can't rebuild the relays. Like, later on in that extended cut, they're like, oh, we rebuilt them. It's like, no, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
You did not.
Like, it would take... Like, everyone in the galaxy would have to focus all of their attention on trying to come up with some kind of a thing. And it would probably take hundreds of years, maybe, to even begin to get it. And it's just... It's so depressing.
Yeah.
It's like, imagine Star Wars, but you're stuck on fucking Tatooine where you were born, and you can't ever go anywhere, and the universe is just shit. That's kind of it. You're just stuck where you are.
It's just lack of resources, like, you know, it's just not gonna work. It's not gonna work. There's gonna be war for these systems with all the different aliens who live there.
Yeah, all the stuff that you did, and there will never be a chance for you to see... Like, they can't do a sequel where in the future you see the effects of all the stuff Shepard did, because you can't go.
They're doing a Mass Effect 4, so I think they're just gonna
come up with some bullshit reason.
Some Uno reverse card bullshit.
Which honestly might just be the best thing to do, is to just accept...
Liara.
Liara, what?
She's, like, in the trailer, you see Liara, and I think in the background you can see Garrus. I'm not sure who the third person was, so it's like a direct sequel.
I don't like that. I want there to be a time jump.
I don't like it at all. No.
I want there to be a time jump. I want it to be like 100 years in the future. Something.
Uh-oh. Super Monkey Ball has crashed again.
Oh no. Which Mass Effect is your favorite Metal? I said earlier, I played them 1 and 2 when they came out, and I barely remember anything about them, so I can't even tell you. I'll play them again one day.
I don't know if Fringy was here. I think someone asked a super chat about how in the extended or the enhanced, what was it called? The new ones that just came out. The
director's cut, wasn't that
the anniversary edition? The one that just came out of the 3 of them. It's like, well, the ones that just came out, the remasters. Someone asked, should they have just redone the ending? I'm like, yeah, fuck it, just do it. Redo the endings. No one likes them. They're terrible. And BioWare needs all of the good publicity that they could get as a company right now. Do it. I'm shocked they didn't change the endings, kind of. That seems like an obvious thing to do. This is our excuse to change Mass Effect canon, essentially. And they didn't take it. Yeah, exactly. Because nobody... Like, the most you do is annoy people that you didn't stick to, I guess, your guns or whatever. But that's the most annoyed people would get. Instead, you could just do a nice, safe, easy ending that opens up possibilities and says, no, actually, everything was alright. Which I'll take at this point.
I remember...
Just the emotional catharsis.
I remember when that came out. I specifically remember it was Cole Moriarty, back when he was at IGN, that he did a video where he was like, people shouldn't be telling them to change the ending because this was their vision and they achieved it. And I remember even at the time I was like, I feel like on its face that seems really agreeable, and I'm like, but why does everybody feel so compelled to ask them to change the ending? And I think the reason why was because I don't think this was their creative vision. I don't. I think something happened. Something went wrong. Well, maybe
was
it did, but...
Well, was Mass Effect 3's ending sort of... I mean, was that the full... Because now BioWare now is just shit. So you wonder, was that just... Was the game basically done and they had that new BioWare team sort of finish it up?
So I feel like there are a few explanations, right? So the first one would be that they ran out of time. They weren't given the time that they needed to actually do it. And so with all of the other content that they had to develop, they weren't in a position to develop an ending that was totally, fully, realized. Or then the other one, which I think is the more prevailing but a little more conspiratorial one, is that the ending was written that way so that they could be open-ended for DLC and sequels. because there was a little prompt at the end that I remember, like, oh, Shepard's story is done, but continue the journey through, like, downloadable content. I'm not sure about that one.
I don't feel like that's... Yeah, I don't...
is done.
Yeah, I don't feel like that's true, because if you want to keep this universe as something that's still alive and thriving and open for new content, that is not the ending you give it.
No. So I guess the third one would be that was their vision, in which case it was just not a good one.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems... I mean, that's possible, and the part of me that doesn't believe that is the fact that so much of the games were all really super solid until the very end. It's like a new, it's like a totally different team did the ending.
And I don't think it was a different team.
I don't think it was either. I mean, I guess it could be, and they didn't say anything, but that's what's so bizarre about it, is that it blindsided everybody.
I guess I can't imagine that was the planned ending all along.
Yeah, I don't think that could have been the
ending
case.
was a lot more ambitious than what we got. I can't see it the other way around.
Reezus could be wrong. The Mass Effect 3 ending that we got wasn't the ending that they wanted, and the original ending was leaked, so they changed it, apparently.
Oh. Well, that's double stupid.
I remember I saw somebody, because I was watching before, jumped on asking about Red Dead Redemption 2 story. I remember really liking it, but it has been a while. And I also kind of just prefer, like, the tone of the first game. The first game has more of that Rockstar snark and cynical sort of nature that I like, where it's just, you know, observations about the world and, like, you know, politics, social issues and stuff like that. It's just, it's neat. I really like the dry, cynical tone of a lot of Rockstar games, and I know 2 is like more conventional, in a certain sense, even though it still has a lot of the good writing. Though I wonder now with future Rockstar games, because Dan Houser, who wrote all of the games, like who wrote all of the Rockstar games, is gone. He's not there anymore. So I don't know. I'm not sure what that means for like Grand Theft Auto 6 or anything. It's like when you have a series that for 20 years has had a very distinct voice, and then that voice leaves. You gotta wonder.
Yeah. Lord of the Rings. What are your worst fears for the upcoming Amazon TV show, and what is the best video game inspired by the franchise?
My
All
worst
the standard
concerns?
worries.
Honestly, racial identity politics. One of the greatest things about Lord of the Rings was that it was about how your race doesn't matter in a sense. You have to cooperate and work together to defeat a common threat to everybody. That no matter who you are, what your race is, you know, you're great and amazing, but you have to team up. You got to work together. Everyone's got to come together. You know, there was an aspect of coming to understand other people's, and there was very much a great deal of, you know, it being, you know, mean to other races is very bad. So I'm worried that message will get super diluted or just flat out undone by, you know, this current modern day politics. And also, a lot of modern stuff now has a super big issue with, like, just having, like, just morality. Like, people don't understand just basic moral stuff. Heroes do things that are super villainous. Villains do things that are often totally understandable and reasonable, and they're vilified for it. So I'm worried that they might do that with this show.
Do you ever wonder if that's like an issue of just not thinking it through enough? Because often when I'm trying to figure out a story thread and there's something to do with the protagonist, I keep thinking like, is this like good? Is this like does this make sense for like the theme that you want to hit? So like with, you know, Falcon and Winter Soldier, were they sitting there like, does she actually have good goals? Because that's the thing that they keep saying in interviews and stuff. Oh, Carly's goals, you know, they were good. It's like, were they?
Well, that's because you say the word unity, and that's just good. Unity is just good, flat out. It's flat out good, which means no borders, no nations, one people. I was like, oh, that's really good. That's super unity, right? And that's really, really great. And then you're like, oh, well, wait a second. You think about this for a couple seconds. How do we get no borders and one people? That means you have to destroy countries and, like, literally, you have to erase cultures. I thought that was bad.
That's why
Like
we
they-
do the
they-
dichotomies of like a certain movie tried to address security versus freedom. We like security, we like freedom. Wait a minute, they can fuck each other up.
Oh, what the
You
fuck?
can't go all the way in one direction.
Like,
You
you
just
can't go all the way in one direction. God, that was basically what Assassin's Creed used to be about.
Used to be.
Chaos. Well, not chaos, like pure freedom versus pure control, and like that both people think that they're right, so maybe the truth is somewhere in the middle. It's an eternal struggle. There is no end because there will always be people who disagree on this one. But no, there is an end. There is an end in I think
Well-
I think I know what movie you're talking about more.
Where's your leaf? Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm trying not to say anything, right? So that everyone can get excited for Saturday. But I would argue that maybe a certain movie has two sides to it that have basically said full of it or none of it, and then the movie is like, one of you was right. It's like, wait, no, neither of them were right. And that's, yeah, I think Rag's right. That's going to be a huge problem that we can have to look forward to. And then, of course, just the standard stuff. They have storylines that are built on major contrivances and holes. We're going to get loads of it. We're going to have
Yeah, the
really
plot-
shitty characters that are just
Yeah, the
like...
plot's gonna be shit. I think the
That's a-
characters will be the worst part, because the plot in Lord of the Rings is totally fine. I don't even know if I'd go and call it like a great plot.
Oh, I thought
I think it is, but I think the characters are just like masterpiece level. There's
Yep.
so many good ones.
Yeah, I love them.
And I wouldn't say what I said about plot a second ago. I don't think that's bad. I mean, I think that a good, tight, solid plot is just excellent. Like it's just go for it. I have no issues whatsoever. It's the characters that really do the legwork, and characters are like the worst thing these days that we see. Characters are shit now.
Well, it's what gave the MCU its success was its character work. That's what it was.
And that's what's
Yeah.
destroying it right now. The characters are just breaking down.
Because, of course, DC didn't have that in their movies.
No, they never had characters.
They couldn't quite get that.
Nothing to destroy
it-
there.
It's gonna be full of ludicrously and inexplicably strong female characters with no reason or actual character to it. You're not gonna have Aowins anymore. You're not gonna have there are no more Aowins, everybody. You'll never get another Aowin because people can't write characters anymore.
You
It's just
remember
not gonna happen.
in Terminator 2, like when they first go to grab Sarah Connor from the mental institute, and then like they jump into the elevator and the T-1000 start stabbing through, and like
Yeah.
just without saying anything, Sarah Connor grabs the gun from Arnie's like jeans and
Yeah.
starts firing it up. And they don't make a big deal out of it. It's just like, oh yeah, this is Sarah Connor.
This is
who
Sarah
she
Connor.
is.
This is what she'd do.
Yeah.
She's great, and here's why she's great.
Unless
and
you
here's
make
why
a
this is
show
something
of it,
she'd do.
the more organic it feels. It's just like, oh, that's yeah. So Sarah Connor's the kind of person who's just
They'd
going
be
to
like,
immediately.
what? You
jump
don't think a
into
woman
action.
can shoot a gun?
Yeah, it exactly. It's the whole thing of like I didn't even register that was something that I was supposed to be thinking about because this is a character.
Yeah.
She's just doing what characters do. Like,
I'm drawn to I think it's Red Letter Media's review of Captain Marvel where they were talking about how bad the story is, and Mike was saying he was expecting the arc to just be there's a guy who's like women can't be doing anything, no, women are bad in the Air Force, and then he's like, and then the big finale, he's like doing some kind of drag race with her, and then she just wins, and he says something like he gets shot down or he's flying down, and he just goes, the dialogue is like, no, but you're a girl. It's so funny because that's where we're at pretty much.
Kind of, yeah.
Fucking.
It
cringe.
is so ironic that this is the dark ages for just well-written female characters.
It kind of is, unfortunately, which is fucking annoying. It really
favorite-
is.
Female
Your Ripley's, your
characters from, like,
Eowyn's, and I think Eowyn
Well-
probably might actually be my favorite female
Eowyn's
character
so
in media.
fucking cool when he's
Wait,
in
so who, sorry?
Eowyn. I really like Eowyn a lot. There's so many good ones though, but I guess the more I'm just sort of reminded of her and think about her, the more I like her.
taking down all of the fucking elephants.
I mean, yeah, she's pretty great.
Yeah.
Wouldn't deny that.
Oh god, Return of the King, like that whole battle, like how the ride, and then when the elephants come in, they just immediately reform the line. It's like, man, I'm surprised that those horses can carry those balls of steel.
Well, probably,
I
like,
don't know.
do another watch through for EFAP movies of Lord of the Rings if it was enough time
I would
passes,
love
just
to,
because
yeah.
they're just movies you can keep appreciating and shit.
Yeah, and I guess that's the thing, right? It's like, oh, we're gonna make a TV show. We know that it's gonna have an enormous budget. I think a budget of $500 million, so it's gonna be hugely expensive.
That'll make it good.
Well, yeah, I know, right? That's the thing. It's like, oh, well, at least we know that it'll look good. We got that, at least. It'll look good. Are you sure about that, Fringy? No, rewatch the scene when he jumps on the elevator, Sarah Connor grabs the gun and starts shooting at him.
Wait, what are they saying? Are you sure about that Fringy too?
That scene. It's like, yeah, Arnie shoots the T-1000 in the face, but then he jumps on top of the elevator and starts stabbing down. And then they get into the car chase where you got all three of them working together because John's reloading all the guns for him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so fucking great. They're all helping.
They announced their ammo too because it matches.
Yeah, it does matter. That's right. God, I love that movie. So fucking great.
It is.
Yeah, T2 is legendary.
My build currently sucks ass. just a side note.
Oh, it's good that you shared that.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, when I was
so
talking
yeah, there
about
you go.
Awen, I wasn't even really referencing the Oliphant thing at all. Like that's not, I guess, like that's not even why I really like her. But the reason you're not going to get Awen anymore is because one of Awen, what makes her a great character, is that she is, you know, a woman in that time period, in that setting, and she wants to be a warrior and fight, and she's clearly skilled and competent in it. But just because you want to fight doesn't mean that your place is on the battlefield, quote unquote, your place. And so you have a duty to your family and your king in that setting and your kingdom. And there's an aspect of, I'm going to put the things I want to do on hold for now so I could do these other things that are important, that do need to be done. And then when the time comes where I really feel it's necessary, I will pretend to be a soldier and I will go and fight and do that. And like it's not just I have to go all one way. There's that balance of I have things I do need to do and there's things I want to do that also will help. And maybe I shouldn't just fully commit to one of those things. Maybe there's a time and place to do those things, and
It's more nuanced, for sure.
yeah, it's a lot more nuanced. Whereas if you had that character now, she wouldn't have gone to the Glittering Caves to lead all of the people and to be there to protect them.
No, yeah, you're right.
She wouldn't be the person to, you know, watch over the children and the elderly and to put their safety ahead of hers in a non-combat role. She wouldn't do that. There would not be that so ironic, I guess. There's what we typically consider like a maternal aspect of, you know, womanhood is just that can't exist. That it's so ironic that scene is weakness now, in a way, when that's so ridiculous. There's no balance. There's no. It's like the thing we were talking about earlier about the Templars and the Assassins, and you know, Hydra and Captain America. Oh my God, why would I say those two names? But there's some place in the middle, or where we don't have to go fully in one direction.
I think I wonder if it's anything to do with. I don't
Ooh,
know.
just in. Is T2 a movie where the plot doesn't work? T1000 time travel, but it's still good? Because if only they showed the T1000 wearing living tissue and it oozed out. So it's not a hole, it's not a problem at all. He's mimicking human skin, so it gets him back. That was never a plot hole, and I don't know why people reference it.
Yeah, that's weird. That was never an issue.
Yeah, I don't know where they're getting that from. And if
Very
anything,
weird.
if they really wanted to criticize it, the best you can do is contrivance. But I don't even think it's that. It's literally
That is-
science fiction tech. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the issue that you would have. You should have with Terminator. There's other time travel stuff to talk about, but once you get over that initial hump, you are super set for the rest of the movie.
Yep.
This is the thing, like the basic one for Terminator, and I think this applies to all of them, and then it gets worse the more that exist. It's like, so they could send someone back to make it so that they have strength in the future, and all they did was send one soldier back to kill Sarah Connor at this point in time. It's like, feel like you guys have got about 1 million options. This wasn't the greatest one. And when you establish that they can send back anything they want as long as it's covered in skin, put a gun in a badger. I've said it before.
Yeah, about that.
Put a gun in a badger, basically.
In a badge.
I remember it specifically being a badger. That's why it makes me laugh even more.
Yeah, it's funny.
What if they made this weird fucked up nightmare fuel gun that had like eyelashes and fingernails and it had like human skin all over it and you're like, ew. And it shoots bone bullets or something. Ugh.
Bone bullets.
Just
Yeah, it
spits
shoots, like,
teeth.
fangs or teeth.
Spits-
Oh,
Yeah.
that's actually in a David Cronenberg movie. Someone's gonna know in chat, I'm sure of it. But there is a flesh and bone gun in that film. I can't remember what film it was, but I remember when I first saw it, I was like, "What the? How does that work at all?" It's like, and it's so stylish. Help me out, chat. Someone must know. I can't remember which particular movie it was. Rags, get Mauler Commander to play Heroes of Hammerwatch.
Oh, that's a great roguelike. I would highly recommend Heroes of Hammerwatch if you like roguelike games.
I have that game. I think I played it a long time ago. I don't remember anything about it.
You know what looks like a cool kind of roguelike coming out? Deathloop, the new game by Arcane. That game looks fucking
Deathloop?
cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's
Well, you have me at Arcane. They normally put out bangers.
yeah. So the gist of the game is that you are on an island, and you are stuck in a time loop. Every time you die, you wake up at the beginning of the day, and you need to kill 8 targets to break the loop. And so the gist of the game is that the first time around, you're not going to be able to get all 8 of them because of just different factors, because there are like different locations you need to go. Oh no, I'm
Huh?
deafened. There we are. So there's yeah. So from what I understand, the whole idea of the game is that you travel around, you explore and learn stuff about each of the targets you need to take down, and you gain knowledge on the loop so that you can make changes in the world to get more people in the same location so that you can kill them. But then, of course, if you die, you have to start over again. So kind of like, you know, basically Edge of Tomorrow, but like a video game. So that seems
That could be
really
cool.
neat. With
Well,
the same
I'm
feel
just
like
glad
this one
Arcane's
is-
still around. I guess as
Well-
great as Prey was, I don't think it was a commercial success.
Neither was
which is
Dishonored 2,
shit.
which makes me wonder about this one. Like, if this one doesn't do well. Well, now it's Microsoft,
I
so
love
maybe
Dishonored
Microsoft's
2.
priorities
Fucking
are
hell.
different.
I'll tell you what, guys. Fucking Soma wasn't enough of a success, and it ended up making the developers do what they did next. It's like, I hope.
Oh, yeah,
I-
that's...
Big sad.
You know what else? Fucking Hill House wasn't enough as a success. Sorry, not Hill House, Blind Manor. So who knows what's gonna happen next?
Well, I
Stop.
think that's the thing is like that's concerning because you look at what Arcane are like the last ones left because Eidos Montreal isn't like making these games anymore. So Arcane's the only one who are doing these like, you know, first person like Sims, you know, in a sense, like that kind of Deus Ex Thief. You know, that type of game, System Shock, I guess, as well, like that type of thing. They're like the last one. So if this game doesn't do well, it's like, well, are we gonna have any more of these games anymore? Because I really hope we do. I like them a lot.
All of Arcane
Yeah.
stuff is great.
Well, I haven't played Prey yet. I need to.
Prey's
I have it.
good
I
stuff.
own it. So. Well, remember,
Prey's
I'm
good
still bitter
stuff.
about Prey 2. I'm still really bitter about that.
Well,
I'm sure Prey is great. It has a really cool art style, like all of the Arcane games do. I'm sure it's great. I really wish we got my Space Bounty Hunter game. I wish we just one. That'd be nice. Just one in a decade would be swell.
No.
I can't believe we haven't had any. Like, because we haven't had Metroid Prime 4. That's still not out yet. Star Wars 1313 got cancelled. Then you had Prey 2 as well. It's just, I don't know. I wonder if
The
they're
film
gonna
was
make-
the David Cronenberg film with the flash gun. It's called Existence, and I believe they spell it as existence, but with a Z at the end, and the Z is capitalized.
Extends.
It's like in the universe. I think it's like a brand.
Oh.
But yeah, they have a flash gun. It's weird.
Why do I have an item like this?
Oh, Prey
Bravo.
2 was cancelled. Fuck. Damn.
Which one is it? Which one is it?
Oh, you mean that? Oh, sorry. I thought you meant like a Prey 2 for Arcane. Yeah, no, Prey's fucking disappointing. Yeah, the original one. Yeah. Go ahead, Mola.
This says, Froggo, tell him how right you were, smugly. Lol.
Look around. Bait's coming out. You know? Coming out.
Tell Rex the battle in the prologue of Dragon Age Origins where you defend... What's his name? Ostagar? Against
Ostagar?
Ostagar against the Darkspawn forces. The allied forces do it on the lowest level of the battleground instead of barricading the castle ruins to lure their forces a bit by bit and don't commit an actual suicide against the Darkspawn.
It wasn't supposed to be a suicide. What? Why do you think any of that was supposed to be a suicide? It wasn't. That was the plan. Let me double check and make sure I'm remembering Ostagar correctly.
You should understand for eternity the pain the cursed eye is. Yeah, I just realized. Getting teleported out the room in the boss fight when you get damaged. Not great. Not good.
Oh yeah, so Ostagar, yeah, that was never supposed to be a suicide at all. None of that. I don't even know where they're getting that idea. I don't think that they're remembering that correctly. Because before then, King Kalen, right?
Spikes.
He had defeated two waves of Darkspawn. Part of this is wiki, a lot of this is memorization. Like he was even saying like the battle's going well. We've already beaten 2 waves, and he was getting really excited. And Duncan like told him to like calm down, don't get too overconfident. But it was low gain. His betrayal is what makes that whole plan not work. There's nothing suicidal about it. Yeah, so not sure where he's quite getting that. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but I don't think I am.
I don't know.
I guess we'll see. You didn't stay in the ruins and fortify them for assault. The original plan was... No, the original plan was to draw the Darkspawn into battle, which you have to have room. Like, you can't fight in ruins. Like, you have to have open spaces to fight in, especially if it's an army versus an army at that scale. And so the whole plan was they lure the Darkspawn in, acting as a fight, and then you had another team who was supposed to light a beacon that would let Logain and his men come in and flank the Darkspawn and wipe them out, which would have probably worked. But you had to go and light the beacon instead, and when you do, Logain's like sound the retreat, and then King Kalen and all the people get killed because the reinforcements that were supposed to come just flat out didn't, and so they died. And that sets up a lot of the plot for the rest of the game. So,
alrighty then. What was I supposed to do? Let the Gav die? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I can't believe people. I saw that fucking weirdo on Twitter like defending that shit. Like, it's Randian, which I don't even think is. That's not.
Didn't someone in my notification said Superman is the son of God, and that there was some weird Bible stuff. It's funny, by the way. Zack Snyder was like, "My work is like." I think he came up with a quote where he was just like, "What do you say to right wingers who like love your movies for being, I guess, representative of the religious symbolism and stuff?" And he was just like, "Whatever they draw out of it, that's fine with me." And I was just like, "What do you? Surely it's on purpose. Like, there's no way he's doing that by accident."
Yeah, it can't be by accident. You can't accidentally have that kind of imagery. Like, there's no way. I don't believe you.
Yeah, I don't believe it either. I was like, what is he, surprised? It's like bullshit.
You're a liar.
That's funny.
You lie.
Shafrillis has a bunch of bad opinions. He ranks Toy Story 4 over the
Fucking hell. Gee, how can you be that wrong? They assassinate, like, the 2 main characters.
Wait, what? Say it again.
Blatant.
Apparently Shafrillis thinks that Toy Story 4 is better than 1. It's like, wow.
I don't even remember 1, and I know you're wrong.
4 destroys 1 in a way.
4 was so fucking horrible.
Not a good way. Yeah, 4 was frustrating to watch.
That was pain, 4 was.
Yeah, I wish 4 didn't exist.
So do I. 3, if it was the end, that's fine with me.
Plum
I personally
fruit.
enjoy his old vids, but he ain't anything special. Well, you know what? One bad opinion, or two, rather. So, you know, I'm sure he still makes some bangers here and there.
Sure, he's got. He's probably got a lot of shit opinions.
Wow, Rags. Leave poor Shafrillis alone. I'm sure he's a legend. I'm sure he's not got several other takes that would infuriate us. That's fine.
Mola, since you like Luigi's Mansion so much, do you have 3 for Switch?
No, you've asked me that before. This is the only one I've played.
Ah. Have you ever thought about playing another one?
I wonder if the reason I love this so much isn't simply the mechanics. It's more so the collection of it being so familiar, something I played the shit out of when I was younger, the comfort of being accessible on Dolphin, the combo with it being like with Hit and Run and Sunshine is my trio of games I'm obsessed with apparently. It evokes a simpler time. So I don't know if it's really to do with the game rather than what it represents, I guess. Because this is the thing, Hit and Run and Sunshine, there's like, I could be incredibly critical of them as video games, but like I don't care to be, you know?
Yeah, no, I totally understand that.
I'm not even sure out of the 3 which one's most mechanically sound. Probably Luigi's Mansion. It's not too complicated compared to the other 2. So I'm not sure where I would land on that actually. But the other 2 have lots of bugs, while this one is one of those good old-fashioned Nintendo games that came out like pretty much airtight, I think, for the most part.
Despite being a launch game, which is interesting to think about. Launch games don't tend to come out airtight.
Why do you never emulate other consoles? The Dolphin one just runs really well. It's like, I'm pretty sure it's one of the things it's known for. It's like shockingly good.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot less stress and issues to get things going. Which is also convenient for me, because GameCube was the first proper big foray I had into video games. I was like, this is fun. All 3 main endings for Mass Effect 3, I think, don't make sense. The only one that does is let the next cycle deal with it, which is only the extended cut, I think.
Let the next cycle deal with it, which is weird considering at that position. At that position, how do you just say just let the next beat? Like you still gotta like solve the stuff, like the planet and the Reapers and stuff.
Well, no, you're dead. That was what that ending was. You die, you lose.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, that exactly. That's what I mean. Why would I want to accept the ending where it's like we lose if I could just destroy the Reapers?
All of that was nope. They just kill everything, and then the next 50 bajillion years or whenever the next cycle starts, it'll just happen
guys
again.
will figure it out. It's their problem now.
Also, you're dead, and everyone that you care about is dead, and all the civilizations you cared about are wiped out, and their histories are erased.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Hooray!
What a wonderful. What? That is the obvious correct choice.
Yeah, that sounds like tons of fun. What a fucking
Question for
banger.
Fringy. Why is every single Aussie such a Chad? You, Shad, Major Kill, Legend of Total War, Hugh Jackman, etc. Is it because of the human-eating spiders? Because of humans eating spiders, I guess is what they're asking.
I don't know. Thanks for the compliment, though.
Why, you didn't answer how you're all Chads? That was the whole point of that question.
I said I don't know, but thanks for the compliment.
That's terrible. Useless. You just soaked up the compliment and abandoned the question. I would never do that. I could easily explain why Welsh people are Chads.
Do it.
Well, you see, it's in our blood. We go back to gods.
Oh, okay. So now blood. We go back to the I don't know, something.
The slime people.
We go way back.
More
Yeah,
like the,
way back all 200 years. It's
More
like
like
the
the-
youngest country in the world.
Sweet.
Well, not really, but you know, compared to like Europe, it's like thousands of years old.
Red ending destroys mass R. Control at least
Mass
works.
relays.
No, they all destroy the mass relays. At least in the original cut of the ending, they all destroy the relays. So it doesn't
know.
even matter, you know?
We all came from gods, so what? Well, some of them were cooler than others, okay?
Yeah, gods are definitely not created equal.
No,
Gods are really cool.
no, they're not.
I must say, Molar, it's really frustrating that you haven't even played the Mass Effect trilogy. Why, Longman? Why? It was made for you, being long. There's loads of stuff I haven't played. Jay hasn't seen Lord of the Rings, okay? Until we get that sorted out, nobody has to explain anything.
There you go. Well, there's a
Okay, no disagreements.
clarification for the Dragon Age question earlier, Rags. They didn't use the castle as advantage point against the Darkspawn instead of facing them 1v1 on an open battlefield. The castle is not the best of shapes, I agree, but putting all your forces in an open battlefield instead of setting strategic
It was
advantage
a
points
tower.
in the castle areas and spitting the Darkspawn as targets, they could have made a better plan to utilize the castle and its high points against the Darkspawn.
So, the castle it's more of a tower. I even think it's called the tower. The Tower of Ishal. It's a tower. So, it's pretty far away from the battle itself. You need a wide open space if you want to have that amount of people fighting effectively. You just need flat out space. It's like battlefields are big and open, especially in the olden days when you had big forces. You just have to have space. The Tower of Ishal it wouldn't be big enough, and you wouldn't be able to effectively wipe out the enemy if you don't have the room to do it. And I don't think it had that kind of space. I think there was the battlefield at the bottom where you could have the two armies meet, and it would also have enough room for the reinforcements that were supposed to come in to, come in and make their charge and do all that. And also remember, at this point, King Kalen was very confident about defeating the Darkspawn in general because he'd already beaten them twice at this point, and this was supposed to be the final kill shot. So they clearly had an amount of they clearly had a justifiable level of confidence in being able to defeat them in open battle, and in the battlefield they chose a choke point as well. Correct, they did choose a choke point on this battlefield. It was still a field, but there were cliffs to the side by this field where they could where they would lure in the Darkspawn. So I mean, the plan seems pretty good, And it would have worked
Alright.
if it wasn't for the meddling low gain.
I'll grab another beer.
I
I'll
never
be right
get
back.
consistent notifications for streams. Sad face. Anyways, can we get a hello to the unlisted gang every once in a while? Good day, Raggleton.
Good day, hello, yes.
I think we began the Resident Evil one with that actually, and that came out yesterday on Moolah. So you guys got one there. Good old unlisted gang, hanging out, also being Chads, born of gods.
So didn't the Darkspawn dig under the Tower of Ishal? They did, which is what your job was to sort of do. You needed to go and light the beacon at the tower. And when you go inside, I think you expect to find more friendly people there, but they were killed by Darkspawn who came up from the tunnels and stuff.
I've got a traditional Scottish beer.
Okay.
McEwan's Levi? Choose one.
Synthesis is galaxy-wide R-word. I'm assuming this is Mass Effect again.
I think so.
Well, no disagreements, I guess.
Yeah, there you go.
Zack Snyder's Justice League girl sniff sweater. BioWare's vision.
That was so
Oh.
bizarre.
I don't know what the
They'll
hell.
see it.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
Nah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's they just do that. It's fine. It's kind of neat, I'm sure Zach loved it.
I don't get it, man. Like, I don't understand what the deal is.
Projectiles. Oh no, let me.
Was the point of that scene to be the audience needs to think that she's a creepy weirdo? Or
I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe he thought no, see, this is their little ritual or something. They love him. He's a god. Because he's obsessed
I'm
with
guessing
that
that's the
bullshit.
idea, is to try and argue he's a god to them. It's like,
It's so
yeah, okay.
fucking I don't why I don't understand why it's heroes as gods, that's cool, not heroes are just regular fucking people who have real problems that they have to deal with.
And
It's
does
all
that
fucking-
say something about him as a character that he
Yes, it
allows
does.
himself to be worshipped like this, and then he throws bottles and oceans in front of him?
Yeah,
and
like
they're
he should be putting this shit down, because that's what Superman would be doing. He'd be trying to put down, like, nah, don't, like, nah, I'm just me.
Oh.
I'm, you know, I'm a small town
I'm
boy.
I'm from Kansas. I was raised in a
Yeah.
small town, and I'm a, you know,
Well,
I'm
I know it's his vision, and this is, you know, like, I just disagree with this vision.
Visions
like,
can
I
be
think
shit.
That, yeah, I think it would be way better as an idea to just have your super, you know, just do. It's basically the thing that Stan Lee always talked about, right? It's just what, you know, these people have like regular problems, like they're just not. Like, that's the reason why Spider-Man people like him so much. It's because he's relatable. None of the
Yeah,
none
like
of the
like
people
you
in
can't
the
even.
movie think people. I can't
if
relate
people-
to Superman.
If people began to worship Peter Parker in MCU, he'd be like, stop, what are you doing? Get
Yeah.
up. Yeah, don't do that.
And you know what? Superman, actual Superman, would not like it either.
Well, yeah, and Aquaman, I'm assuming wouldn't, but this version
Well,
of Aquaman
yeah.
is we just have to assume is like, yeah, he likes it when they do that.
The
It's
thing
like,
is,
okay.
like, Aquaman's hard to tell because, like, I'm pretty sure comics Aquaman is a bit highly strung. That's like his thing. He's not like Jason Momoa Aquaman is very different from regular Aquaman. But even that one, I don't know. I doubt that he'd be, because he's, you know, in his own movie, he's taking selfies with people. So that's the kind of guy he is. So it's a bit inconsistent. But you know, since when has the DCEU cared about consistency? They don't give a
No,
fuck about each other's movies.
Zack Snyder's most commonly used words in his script writing is "and then."
Yeah, I think so.
It's definitely an and then plot.
As opposed to a but therefore thing.
Yes. As a result of, therefore, considering,
Yeah.
thus.
The South
No, it's
Park
just and
writing
then,
rule.
and then, and
Yeah.
then, and then.
It's just funny how a show like South Park has stronger writing rules than like a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah,
Everything needs to be a therefore or a but, otherwise your story is pretty like boring.
It's like a lot of these shows nowadays. The plot is like a 10-year-old describing their weird dream to you, and then Luke Skywalker showed up, and then we did the and then and then, and there's just, it has no logical sense of progression or anything. Things just happen, and that's the plot. The plot is just things happening.
Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
because things happening is not. And I mean, if, in case it wasn't obvious to people, the reason why but therefore is so great is because it's fundamentally cause and effect. Everything is related to something that has gone wrong or something that the character believes. So the obvious one is like, if you think about South Park episode, it's like Cartman shows off that he has an iPad, but it's a fake one. Therefore, when he gets found out, he needs to find a new iPad. But when he arrives at the store, his mom won't buy him like a regular iPad. She'll only buy him a Toshiba Handybook. Therefore,
Toshiba
Cartman,
Handybook.
yeah. Therefore, Cartman gets pissed off because that's the kind of person he is. You know, it's just that thing. It's all tied to characters and the events that are happening in the movie. Where it's like with
yeah. Don't underestimate this
And-
whole cause and effect thing. It's a
yeah,
babe.
cause and effect. It's just that's the key. If you I feel like if you nail cause and effect, you can't go wrong. Like you just can't, because you've got a really good base to work from. At worst, your story will be decent, and at best, your story will be like incredible. It's the thing that gets you to peak.
No, I've heard that logic is the enemy of emotion.
I don't know why. Man,
I don't know what person
Somebody
began
tried
that
flying.
horrific lie that spread around the globe, but it makes me
To
sad.
me, it's just the beautiful lie shitty writers tell themselves. It's like it's okay. It's okay.
I have an
because you do
idea,
it
and
emotion-
that's worth something. I'm trying. It's funny how it's childish.
All
but a lot of
ideas
people
are
think It's
good.
more nuanced.
Oh, good. I was gonna say it's even worse than that thing. It's like I have a feeling, and that's worth
Yeah.
a lot.
Even though feelings are temperamental.
Fucking
It's just-
constantly everywhere, all over the place.
Well, I mean, that's the thing is like feelings just pop up and disappear all the time, usually without a clear explanation.
But I have a great
not.
example. Like the one time I replayed Resident Evil 4, I was like, I don't like this. I don't know why, but I don't like this. I remember this being really good, and then I replayed it another time. It's like, yeah, this is good. I don't know what I was thinking back then. Like it's really weird.
Frame of mind, you know.
Yeah.
But your
Well,
mind.
you could literally have like come home from a bad day at work and you play a game for the first time, and you're like, this game isn't good.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't even know why, but that feeling, that's what they encourage the people who are, let's say, the people we often end up covering. They'll be like, you have to value that feeling. That feeling is everything. It's like, it's so important. It's like, it might not be actually.
Well, it's real awkward because I feel like it's a, because one of the things people talk about is like, for a long time, men were told not to express themselves or to show emotion. It's like, so surely, like, what the right way to approach that is, oh, think about what you're feeling, but think about it. You know, like, think about it. How
Yeah, I think we went from don't
any...
express at all to express as much as possible. It's
Yeah.
like,
Well, yeah.
Once again, the correct answer was somewhere in between.
Well, I think the whole thing of like, oh, it's not that it's invalid to have a feeling, but like it's worth thinking about why you have it and whether there's a better way to deal with it. It's like good old fashioned stoicism, right? It's not to not have feelings, moderate it, regulate it, think about it, control it. That's
like
good.
if someone, highlighted a problem with a storyline or whatever, but there's just like a detail they'd missed. Then they get told it, and they've hated the movie for that reason for that long, and then they're like, oh, now that's gone, but the feeling's still here. I guess I have to wait until that goes now. Rewatch it. And the reverse can happen. I think you brought it up, Fringin. I don't think this is any kind of spoiler, but like, not as fun to watch Winter Soldier now?
No, I used to like it, but and that happens. But then there are things that like I know are worse than they were before that I still really like. And then, of course, there are things that I know are really great that didn't get me the first time, and they probably never will, because it's really hard to push a feeling to a positive. Like, if you have a negative feeling about a story, it's really hard, if it gets explained that it's amazing, to push yourself up to a positive, because it's just how you feel. And, I mean, the reason why you feel something could be for any number of reasons that are completely divorced from the content. They could be, or they could just be that it's something that, like... It would be weird for me, like if somebody came up to me and said, I don't really give a fuck about Halo, I get nothing from its atmosphere or like the world or anything at all. It's like, oh, well see, me personally, this really appeals to me because I love space and like mystery and this epic scope. But it's like, oh, but that's just me. This doesn't, like this is not anything that I could use to make a point. If I wanted to make a point about how good I thought those games were, I'd have to go deeper than, isn't it really cool to be on this big ring where there's this huge mystery and like a backstory to this race of aliens and you're just there, trying to survive? It's like, no, you gotta do better than that. And you shouldn't feel bad for having to try and do better than that to explain what you feel. Because not everybody has the same preferences as you, and not everybody has the same backstory as you.
That might be the actual fundamental problem with all of the communication between people analyzing stuff, is the inability to properly explain why you felt something.
Yeah, because if you can explain it, I can understand it, but if you don't, then I have nothing. I don't know.
And but the thing is, if you don't even know why, and you have to just clutch at anything that kind of makes sense, and then you end up arguing with something you don't even believe in, and then that thing gets proven invalid, and then you're just fucked. Because now it's like you staked your feelings on something that you didn't even feel it was that. And so you're just like, I don't even know anymore. I still feel this way I do.
I guess it is like, I don't know, I feel like it's funny because you see people like High Top going around talking about how they've matured by dropping the idea of trying to have some sort of consistent standard to just how I feel, as if that's more nuanced, when in reality it's less nuanced. Everybody's feelings, and that's okay. It's like, what is this? Like, what the hell? Why do we believe that this is like the way that you've improved at analyzing media, where anything can mean anything to anybody, which we already know, and that's the only thing that matters. There is no craft. There is no skill that you can improve at. There's nothing that differentiates any great work from another work. Everything in a museum is of the same quality and has the same merits. Every film is of the same quality and the same merit. Every video game, every piece of music.
And yet, they will always, in their language, give away that they don't actually believe that.
Because nobody actually believes this shit.
Just the newest example, High Top chastising people for critiquing anything to do with Zack Snyder when it's his vision. And it's like, so he seems to be putting forward that a singular person's vision should trump anything else. So it's like, what about two people? And I know he'd say yes to this. If I said a team of people who work together all the time, this is, the Russos, for example. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, what about three? And I'm sure he'd be like, that's fine. And I go, what about 4? Until I get to a boardroom. That's where I'm going. I'm going to get to 12.
Yeah, of course.
And then I'm going to be like, what if 12 people consistently work together to make movies? Is that invaluable compared to a single person's vision? And how do you justify that?
Well, how can you... Video games are not one person's single vision. Video games are incredibly collaborative. Is it all bullshit then? Because it's like multiple people coming together to create something?
Even the whole Snyder's vision thing, the first thing YMS said on our conversation about it, he was like, so first, this isn't his vision.
No, it's not. We know it's not. It's not.
And it's like, well, he's right in the sense of the Green Lantern stuff, but also in the sense that, like, if we're going really, like, baseline here, it's like, there is no movie that's one person's vision fully. It's just not going to happen.
There's too many people involved. Production, I mean, like the concept art, that wasn't his vision, that was somebody else's coming up with all that stuff. It's just a collaborative. If you want your 100% vision, write a fucking book. Like, write a book. If that is what you value more than anything else. But if you want to make movies, you gotta get over this shit. You really do. It's arrogant. It's really arrogant to try and come in and say, like, it's all my vision, it's mine, and everybody has to just do this to support my vision.
Yeah, I think
the reason I brought that up,
though,
was that he's, so he's, like, evolved past these whole standards thing, but he's already creating one that's stupid by
a really
changing
stupid
up.
one.
Yeah, and they do this a lot. They'll just be like, no, I don't subscribe to any rules at all. But this thing I just said, though, that's true. And you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. That
Even
like,
though that
changes
one
everything.
is way less qualifiable than anything that any of us are trying to say. That's the interesting part. It's just like, oh, you know, consistency within a writing. That's like, that's really it. Everything else, you know, play it by ear. Or like, you know, figure it out, work from there. Go, yeah, do whatever you want. Just make sure it's consistent. And then it's like, no, see, it's right what makes, you know, you got to get the feelings, but, and, you know, 3-act structure, you really should be doing that. And don't have passive characters. That's bad. People won't like that. Also, make sure that you stick to genre, all right? Genre is really important. Yes, you need to have multiple locations. Your inciting event needs to do this, because your main character must go on this kind of journey. They must change by the end, all right? You can't have
a real
static
example from Filmento, right? It's like, if you have a threat your characters have to deal with, it's better to have them be partially responsible for it.
Which is just absurd.
I don't even, like, what is the logic? It's like,
how does that make
so
any
weird.
sense?
So weird.
They have to be partially responsible for it. Bad things happen to people that's not their fault in real life. I might have believed that if you did, like, a biopic on a story that wasn't...
I would just be stuck all the way back at, like, prove it. What could possibly be the logic at all? Where do we even start? Couldn't you just set the reverse? Filmento's comment
said, yeah, like that it's better that if your story is, there's a catalyst for the story, that it should be caused at least partially, if not fully, by the characters. That can't just be like,
He said that in the underwater video, yeah.
Yeah, and what if I said, if you have a threat you need your characters to deal with, it's better that they're not responsible for it so that you can feel more comfortable morally with them having to deal with it since it's not their fault? What if I just said that?
And he might agree with that, because he doesn't even know
he might do, so he'll forget what he said before.
Yeah. His rules are not rules. They're more like temporary guidelines that fluctuate based on question mark, profit.
It's just, there are a lot of things that happen in real life, and since stories are meant to sort of almost imitate life, there are a lot of times where just...
In fact, that's often a hallmark of a tragedy, is that the victim is innocent, that what happened to them is not their fault, that they weren't the cause of it. They are simply someone who was caught up in something beyond their control. That's what makes it tragic. If they were responsible for it, like if someone does something bad, therefore something bad happens to them, that's the opposite of a tragedy. That's just like justice. That's you getting what you deserve, or that's you. I mean, that's like hubris. You know?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. There's all kinds of things you can do with it, but yeah, like if...
I don't know why he would say that like just makes for inherently potent storytelling when you know, like, it depends on what your objective is as a writer for that story as well. Like, what are you going for as like a point or a theme? It doesn't necessarily need to be.
Doesn't mean he says a lot of stuff in that video. He said a lot of stuff in all the stuff we've covered from him, where I'm just like, oh my god, one question like destroys all of this. It'd be so cool to just see his reaction. I don't know if he's even thought about it, or if he would just fold and be like, yeah, you know, you might think it works better the other way. It's like, no.
no,
That's what I'm asking.
And like,
Either of you want to go?
Oh, I was thinking, so that'd be the point where you're like, so tell us why we would think that and why one way might be better than the other. And if all ways are the same, then fuck it, it doesn't matter.
which is the reality. It doesn't matter.
Where you would have to go. I think,
Yeah, if nothing is better than anything else, if we want to take that, I think that's an aspect of postmodernism when it comes to art, is that all art is like inherently equal, like none of it is better than anything else. It's so interpretive and
Man,
that there's.
you know what? Like,
What?
I don't know if people, when they go to like a museum and they see this incredibly detailed Baroque painting that took like 5 years to make, and then just
Is
a
that how you
fucking
pronounce it?
Baroque, yeah. What do you think it was pronounced?
Baroque.
Oh, well, remember,
I was
I'm
curious. It might
Australian,
just
so
be
we
yeah,
say
it-
O's differently.
Yeah, it's probably just a regional
Yeah.
thing. So, but
I guess
I've
it's
never heard it like
Batch
that.
rock.
That's right.
That's rock.
Although it's just, you know, you go see a Baroque painting that took like 5 years to make, incredibly detailed, just beautiful, and then you see that fucking canvas that's just red, and then it's like, oh, you know what? These are of equal value, guys. What does it make you feel? I got so black-pilled on that trip to the art gallery. Like, that was
Oh,
such
yeah,
a black-pill moment for me.
Yeah, like seriously, if no one's been to an art gallery, if no one's really, it doesn't have to be a famous big art gallery, because there's a lot of people who you'll never know the names of who have incredible artistic talent.
Absolutely.
Go to a local gallery and just look at the stuff people can make, and then look at someone who draws a red square.
Oh god, actually, you know what? I think my black pill moment came earlier because I remember my brother did an art thing because he was doing art briefly, and he was doing a painting, and he did this painting. It looked nice, especially considering how young he was at the time. And it was really cool. And he put it up for an award. He won awards for woodwork, so he ultimately, you know, he came away well that day. But his painting didn't win. I remember first place, the painting that won was really, really cool. Second place was a fucking A4 piece of paper with 5 different colored stripes across it. And as a kid, I was sitting there like, what the fuck is this? Why
That's
the
not.
fuck did this?
This isn't fair.
Well,
Yeah, that's how I felt. It wasn't
Like,
fair.
I could do that, and I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
Fringy would never call himself that.
Yeah, it'd be like I feel like if I go to an art gallery and I could point at something and say, you know what, I could do that. It probably shouldn't be in an art gallery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
well,
such a
yeah,
weird
Yourself
thing.
short, Rags. You're the best on Gothic phone.
The,
Oh, thank
the
you
problem
very
is, it's
much.
like, it's. I'm pretty sure it wasn't a gay pride flag either. Though, as a kid, I don't think I recognized that flag. I don't think it was. But the ultimate thing that is you know, there is this is not to undermine like abstract art and stuff. I think you can do some really cool stuff where it's like not conventional, you know. So like Baroque is trying to be more conventional. It's more like dynamic lighting and stuff, and really being bold, but it's trying to mirror reality in some way. You can have like your abstract pieces, kind of like the stuff that Van Gogh did, some of the stuff Picasso did, and it's like this is really cool, and you can pull something from it because you can see in that work that there is an underlying like meaning or intent behind it. You can see the skill on display, the talent and the hard work. And so it's not like Baroque or hyper realistic paintings are intrinsically better than any other piece of work. I just wonder sometimes when I see like a red canvas, like I saw at that art gallery, just a big red canvas on display, and they're asking us what it felt like or what it meant to us. I have no idea what it meant to
I mean,
do
it
with
sounds
that.
at least you described like how this doesn't function pragmatically, like this idea that everything's the same. It's like nobody operates this way. Nobody does.
operates that way unless they're forced to. Like, again, going to an art gallery, showing me a red canvas and asking me how I feel about it. Like, if you show me... Oh, yeah?
So if you have that canvas, right, and then you're in a, let's just say you're doing They Live, right, but you're the only person who understands the difference. Everyone else is like, this is fucking incredible. Everyone's staring at it for like ages, and you're just like, yeah, you know, like if everyone on planet Earth thought it was amazing, you might, you know, follow along a little bit, but you're still gonna be like, am I missing something? It's just a red.
Yeah, and that's the thing is I look at and you know, someone might be like, oh, well, you're just underdeveloped as a person, right? Like you should be able to notice the underlying meaning behind this stuff, because it would be, you know, oh, so you can understand this Baroque painting or like this realistic one because it mirrors real life. So like it's a lot easier to tell what that is. It's like that's true, but abstract art can evoke a feeling that is underlying that you can at least pull from what you see in front of you. But if it's like a red canvas, I got no idea what I'm supposed to be thinking about because there's nothing in the piece to make me think about anything.
And I was going to say, this is how it almost translates to what we do with when we're looking at other people's work with in relation to movies, right? So if someone said to you in that room, like, "Oh yeah, no, I can explain it." So, World War One, there was a lot of, and you go, "Whoa, what do you mean World War One?" I go, "No, just let me explain." And you go, "Okay." And you're like, "So with the amount of lives lost and the amount of land that was sprayed in blood from all of the decimation that we experienced, this painting is supposed to represent like." No matter how you look at the war, it was an absolute defeat for the entire world. And you're like,
to which
I don't...
my immediate thing would be, but it's just I don't read. Where was I meant to derive war from that?
Yeah, I was thinking of a nosebleed. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, so what I was going to bring up was like, so there's the two results, right? If they say on one hand, this is what they brought, and someone else goes, wait, I didn't see that at all. I saw, and then explains the whole other thing. It's just like, for fuck's sake, you guys are all bringing your own baggage. Like, none of this comes from the painting. The second explanation is the artist explained this in the little text box underneath it, and you're like, oh, so...
Which is reader response. No, fuck! Fucking Death of the Author. Every time. Fuck's sake. Yeah, it is Death of the Author in that. I guess, let me just... Because I'm just going to look up, like, a Van Gogh painting, and it's just like, so... This is abstract, but it's, you know... It's... I can at least grasp onto something. Yeah, like, I mean, Starry Night's the one that everybody goes for, right? I think it's
I don't think that's abstract.
No, I guess it's not. It's something else though.
Impressionist?
Is that? I should know better. I did art history.
I did too,
Yeah.
but a lot of it just never didn't take because I never ended up doing with it. I'm not sure either. A lot.
Yeah,
of names,
I think it probably is impressionist, right? Because abstract is even harder to grasp onto.
Well, basically, it's abstract if it doesn't seek to imitate external reality.
Right. Oh, so, surrealist? Maybe? Yeah,
it could be. Let me double check, because this is stuff that I just haven't... Oh, impressionist is lovely. That would be... generally, I think the go-to impressionist painting is... I have to look up the name. Baldu Moulin de la Galette. I'll just post a picture of it. Because that is like one of the go-to impressionist.
Yeah,
ones
it doesn't
that people
look
recognize.
like a real thing, but you can. Well, it doesn't look realistic, but you can grasp a real. You can grasp something real from that. It's
Gotcha.
it's like the value of the work comes from the way in which it is presented to you, like the techniques that we use to render people or the sky or the water. And I think it's just the whole thing of like
yeah, it's like the technique.
The technique.
It's more the technique than the subject matter. Though that was part of it, but it was mostly the technique of impressionism.
But the big thing is these evoke a mood. Like Starry Night evokes a mood. It really does just give you something in terms of like a moody atmosphere.
So there's plenty to work with on Starry Night.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess it's just, yeah, I would like to hope that because we can recognize it's like, so there's a real talent in just the ability to make things look real in something that is highly detailed, that is more of the Baroque era. But then there's also like this real value that can be pulled from this impressionist stuff. And then I just look at a red canvas and I've got fuck all just some stripes across a page.
I already explained the meaning to you and you still don't get it.
Because it's stupid. I hate it.
It's just, yeah, I don't know. It's frustrating. That's all.
Like I said, I'm pretty sure we have identical stories on this one, and the more down-to-earth art teacher I had was giggling as my teacher said, "You're supposed to look at it and draw your own meaning from it," because it was just a red splat on a wall.
Well, I think it's the common thing, right, where people say, I could do that, whereas if you look at Van Gogh, it's like, oh, no, the average person could not do this. This is not... There is a real skill here, or, you know, Picasso as well. The average person could not do that.
Well, hence why we try to separate craft from art as well, because I'm not here to validate whether something is art. I don't think that's
Everything's
a hard.
art. It
Yeah,
is
like it's
creative. Yeah, it's all art.
Van Gogh was, I think Van Gogh was a post-impressionist.
That's what a lot of people are saying in chat.
Yeah.
Let me.
Oh,
you know what?
but,
That's the movie that you guys should watch. Willem Dafoe. Yeah.
a movie.
Spider-Man?
Willem Dafoe.
So, Willem Dafoe. Yeah. So Van Gogh, according to Wikipedia, is post-impressionist. Fuck. There was a movie that Van Gogh. That was about Van Gogh that had Willem Dafoe, and I remember watching it a couple of years ago.
Spider-Man.
Fuck.
No.
At Eternity's
Right,
Gate.
said Spider-Man already.
The bad guy was not Vincent Van Gogh.
It's at Eternity's Gate.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. It's a good movie. Yeah.
Spider-Man Far From Dafoe.
He really
the
does
film.
look like Van Gogh.
He does look like Van Gogh. Yeah.
Mads Mikkelsen is in it, and Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac
Oh
is in
damn!
it. Yeah.
How new is old is that?
A couple of years. I
2018.
think.
Yeah,
We should
2018.
check that out probably. Maybe it's pretty good.
I will
Maybe.
happily rewatch it with you guys. Yeah. That was a long
79
tangent.
tomato meter, 64% audiences. So who knows? Maybe it's good. There's just not enough explosions in it.
It's quite a slow-paced movie.
Oh yeah, it would be weird if the Van Gogh movie was action packed.
Yeah.
Just opens with a car chase. Everyone's like, "Why?"
And he's
No?
painting in the back as bullets are going off, and he's
Because of course, Van Gogh
This
is
will be
kind
my
of a bit of a
greatest
tragic story. Right?
oh yeah, it is tragic. Yeah.
He was unrecognized for his talent while he was alive.
And that's actually a
Doctor.
Doctor Who episode I would recommend. From there's a lot of people know about it. They go and meet him, and they take him forward in time to see a gallery that's like dedicated to him. And there's a particular scene that a lot of people will share. The guy who plays him is a relatively famous actor. It's really, really good.
Must
Reminds
be
me of
hard.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That was what it's called, right? It's just like an alt history thing that makes us all very happy to see, even though it didn't happen.
Yeah. I guess when you think about a Van Gogh situation, it's like, I guess if that's you, you gotta, like, if you're doing an art thing and nobody recognizes the work, it's like you just gotta persevere, right? And just you gotta be focused on the craft itself so that a lack of recognition doesn't destroy you.
It's a tough one.
That is a tough one to go your whole life believing everybody thinks that you suck and then there's no value to your art, and once you're dead, you can never know. But once you're dead, I guess you don't care anymore, so...
You know, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is a different movie, I think, with Brad Pitt. It's like, yes.
Yeah.
RDR2's story is super overrated. What do you think, Frank?
Red Dead Redemption 2 story is overrated.
Yeah.
I mean, it's rated so incredibly well that I think you could say that it's overrated, but I guess the problem is when you say overrated, it's like, so it's not good. It's like, well, I think it's really good, but everybody thinks
What
it's
is?
like a Red Dead Redemption 2 story. It's incredibly highly rated. So in that sense, you could say it's overrated, but I still think it's good. I still think it's pretty good. So,
Fair enough.
yeah, I don't know.
Oh, damn it. Hi, will Ethan find the anti-light equation and say it's dark? I don't think so.
It's dark.
Light equation.
Also, I can't wait to see you watch Tenet, where protagonist finds the anti-time equation. Listen, okay? We're gonna get to it at some point, one day, and I'm sure I'm almost certain it's gonna be really bad at this point. It's gonna be Nolan at his best, and what I mean is at his worst.
Not that
the
people can tell the
Nolaniest.
difference, if we're gonna be clear.
Nolan does Nolan things.
Apparently my Kano eyes are on the wrong side. Oh, nice voice crack there. On the wrong side.
Kano eyes.
Yeah, I have like a Kano eye on my eye sac.
Lasers. I got bloody lasers. You got fireballs. Gay. I can't remember what he says. But I remember enjoying him.
Essentially, yeah.
Did you have that wormhole eye before Mewbshli?
Wormhole eye.
Yeah, it's just sometimes it shoots like a red eye and it creates a wormhole and every enemy gets sucked into it and gets damage.
It sounds vaguely familiar, maybe.
It's pretty good.
Speaking of morality, do you think the lack of clear-cut morality reflects the current state of Western civilizations being in entropy? I don't think it's a problem of not being clear-cut.
No,
It's just
I don't think
they're
West-
almost the reverse clear-cut. They're clear-cut but wrong.
Yeah,
not,
they're all,
like,
or they're confused. It's like, it's like they don't even know. They don't even. So
Wait,
it's,
sorry, hold on. Can you read the question again?
Well, I mean, I will just like so because I don't think
sure.
our problem with any of them is that they're confused. I think they know what they're doing. They're just really, really balked. They've not thought about it at all. I guess I don't know if that counts as confused.
kind of. In a way, it's close enough, I would say.
Well,
The problem with bad writing is that you don't know if it's intentional or not, which leads to confusion.
Well, I was gonna say, like,
Yeah.
seems to be what was advocated for in that comment. It's like, so, well, they're saying what the state of the world is something I would have actually preferred. If they didn't have an answer, like if they said, I don't know, we're not sure, and we have characters advocating for extreme positions, but both of them have clearly negative side effects or something, I'd be like, I would way prefer that than what they usually end up doing, which is just, this person was absolutely right, by the way. It's like, but they were evil.
I am totally happy with a mixed answer. We actually don't know. This is complicated. I way prefer that than giving me an answer that is just utterly wrong.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So I don't know if that equates to. Because what was the full question again? I didn't.
So
quite-
said, speaking of morality, do you think the lack of clear-cut morality reflects the current state of Western civilization being in entropy?
I don't think it's an entropy.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, if this is entropy, holy shit, like,
Well,
it's not too bad compared
yeah,
to
I
like
wouldn't call it
human
entropy.
history.
Yeah, I think our current our current cycle is we are at a point where we have to fight back against what I think is a combination of corporatism and authoritarianism. And I think that things will be okay. I'm
I think
certainly
things will
not.
be okay.
Yeah, I think things will be a-okay. But humanity's never had really this issue before like this, and we have to get over it. And it might
It's
take a
new
little
hurdle.
while.
Fuck.
Yeah,
It's
it's a new hurdle.
Especially
But
with
I-
technology, there's going to be a lot of changes. Like, this century is going to be pretty eventful, I think.
Yeah,
I don't even think we're there yet in terms of how eventful it's going to get. Once AI and stuff and crypto, and all these things start becoming more relevant, world's going to be a very different place by the end of the century. Assuming we're not all dead, which I don't think we will be. I think we'll make it.
I think we'll be alright. Yeah, I think we'll make it.
I think they would be confused if only anyone asked them some questions. But the
Yes.
writers themselves feel they are
Yeah.
moral paragons. Like, they know exactly what's correct.
And you always got to be careful when you're writing a story. You need to hardcore scrutinize whatever point you think you're trying to make, because
Yeah, because
you need.
you put yourself in there, basically.
Yes, but I think it's
You're like,
just
I know what's
in earnest.
right.
You need
No,
to
I mean, like,
steel
they...
man the enemy.
So I don't even know that they've realized that the writers of Falcon and the Winter Soldier told us a lot about what they think.
Right, which
Yeah.
is your goals are okay if you want to basically destroy the concept of nations, which is not something that I think anybody really agrees with in full. I think
Remember, this isn't new. Look at Killmonger.
And we're not. Yeah, we're not getting a lot of almost all the media that we get, especially on this scale. It's not what we would call politically diverse, which is why I think we can get the sense of it's coming from, that Hollywood lefty.
I think it's an echo chamber.
Kind of perspective. Yeah, it is an echo chamber. You don't have healthy discussions in media about a lot of this stuff, especially when it comes to politics. And
Because that's what you need. You needed somebody in that room to be like, well, no, can we talk about, let's steal, even if you disagree with even if you ultimately agree with Carly, for whatever reason that is, you need to steel man the other side. Like, you really should be trying to steel man the opposition here.
you're not allowed to have diverging viewpoints. You're not even allowed to discuss it or entertain it. Like,
Which is
I'm just
absurd.
more
You're-
baffled when
you're
we just
creators.
go to Superman again, to Man of Steel. Like, that no one even batted an eye. Like, wait, he does what to all the unborn things on this ship?
Same for Wanda, by the way.
Like, what is-
And I was gonna say, like, I think it's really indicative of the sad state of affairs when we're all pretty much past, like, we're all like, yeah, James Woods won't be in a Hercules remake. And, so, and someone, I think an alien could be like, why? And it's like, oh, well.
Well, he's not a lefty.
He has the wrong
they're not going to give him. They're not going to give him a job, and if they did, they'd get a shitstorm on Twitter. Blah blah blah.
They're gonna ruin Meg. They're gonna ruin her.
They're gonna ruin Meg. Yeah, absolutely.
They'll destroy her because God, that character is like on such a fine line, but it's fantastic. Like they balanced it so well. You know, she's like closed off from people. She's snarky, but you know, she got that heart of gold, right? She's fundamentally a good person. And it's great, and that's not what we're gonna get this time around.
Yeah,
you know, Hercules has got a...
Yeah. It's
There's a lot.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh, this
examples.
is. I need someone really helpful for me to get to this planet, so my race doesn't die. And people just like, ha, lol, I'm gonna eat your babies. And both.
Yeah.
It's just like, stop that, no, haha, funny. It's like, no, it's not funny. You're killing them.
It would be really cool if we got like actual right-leaning content, you know, like that would be interesting. We could have both, and then we could see what, you know, what would this story be, but the people who made it could actually display their right-leaning viewpoints. It'd be cool if we got some actual liberal content.
I mean, I guess what I would prefer as a general rule is that it's not that I would prefer one or the other, it's that I would prefer that people feel comfortable with the idea that they can write a story and express the perspective that they have and be able to do that in a feasible way, like and then of course be open to scrutiny in the same way that the content that's out right now is open to scrutiny, right? So it should be in a place where everybody feels like they can express their perspective in the story that they're writing and not feel like they're going to lose their job, but still be open to scrutiny for whatever their position is or how well it's conveyed. Yeah, that'd be swell, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not happy with the current zeitgeist.
It's
well, also
all
interesting
garbage.
if you go ahead.
It'd be nice to have some right garbage too. Like if it's all going to be shit, I'd like it to at least come from both sides.
To clarify, I'm assuming you're saying there's no like mainstream right garbage, because there is some. Like,
there's some.
I can't remember what
but
the streaming service is called, but there's some.
No, there's
weird
like Christian.
Stuff out
there's lots of Christian like channels and movies. Fucking
yeah,
those,
but they're all little things, and they're all.
Yeah, no. There's not like yeah. I get you.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the thing is though is that one of the things that it seems like though is that it's really hollow what's happening right now, where it's almost like you've got the board of these companies like, all right, so tanky stuff is kind of, you know, that's kind of a movement right now, but we still got to, you know, appeal to this base. So how do we like walk the line of having the politics, but also not to make money, you know? Like, I imagine that there are those conversations where it's like, how exactly do we best make money by offending the least amount of people possible?
Yeah,
and then
there's probably big boardroom people having headaches every day trying to figure this out.
That's why you don't have fucking just evil people in movies anymore. Like actual evil, despicable people most of the time.
Well, we do. They're the protagonists.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry. Like I just think back to The Boys. Just like, oh, she's so racist, but she's not using any slurs. Like, oh, okay, I see. Okay. Because
Kevin Sorbo, like
he's a Chad, but I remember wasn't he in that movie God's Not Dead where he played a strawman atheist who hates God?
Yeah, but here's the thing: as fucking dumb as he is on that, like I would love to hang out with him. Like he will hang out with me. He would hang out with me, and I feel like we could be friends. He wouldn't just hate me and dismiss me and act as if I'm just a terrible person
I guess
by
he's
default,
a normie,
and I'm
right?
beyond safe. Kind of, he is. Yeah, he's kind of a boomer normie, probably.
I would
He'll
imagine.
be fine with
it is
existing.
a boomer normie take that if you're an atheist, you hate God. Like that he's actually really exists, but you hate him. That was so funny. Like that movie's so stupid.
Yeah, man, that was quite the movie.
Well, I can get it over there.
And then what happens? He gets run over by a car at the end, and then it's like, "Oh, you're about to die. Just accept God." And it's like, "Yeah, I do." It's like, "No, he's in heaven now." What a happy ending!
Makes it a little less meaningful, doesn't it? It's like,
What a flim.
what a flam.
What a flam.
Whoa.
Rags, ever considered playing the KOTOR games? I think KOTOR 2's characters and story really shows how good Star Wars can be. Check out Darth Nihilus.
I've heard good stuff about KOTOR, but I just don't have any interest in playing them. But but that's the old school BioWare stuff, so
Yes.
I'm totally down in believing that it's actually quite good. I'll just take you at your word on that.
No disrespect to KOTOR, but Darth Nihilus is very close to a very edgy name.
Darth Nihilus, yeah.
Nihilus.
Oh shit.
It's a whole bit.
Darth Nihilus.
Hitler before blowing his head off. I repent.
Well, do it in case
that
it
was
works,
the meme, right? I remember that was like the thing for me at school. It's like, so like Hitler, I mean, I think as a kid it was always like this. So a really good guy who like donates to charity, is doing humanitarian work, but he's an atheist, is going to hell, but like a piece of shit gets to go to heaven because he believes in God. The teacher said yes, and that was like even as a kid, I was like, ooh, I don't like that. That's
You want to talk?
really
You want to talk
bugged
to
me.
the DM? You don't like these rules?
Yeah, I don't like these rules at all.
I don't want to play anymore.
So was it BioWare reused Nihilus and Mass Effect? Yeah, he was the first Spectre that you meet on Eden Prime. Yeah.
That actually happened in
Tyrion,
Islamic
yeah.
Quran text. The pharaoh, after being drowned in the Red Sea after it was split open, he
Quran.
said, "I believe now."
Also, the Sith or all edgelords. It's like, yes.
It didn't have to be though.
No, they don't. They can be really, really neat in how they
That
construct.
teacher you had was wrong. I agree. She was wrong that God exists and that heaven
Yeah,
and hell exist. Like, I don't know.
Is T2 a movie where? Oh wait, I actually read that one out ahead of time, didn't I?
You idiot.
See, at least
Ragu.
the weird Christians are just going to be like, oh yeah, well, you're going to go to hell eventually, and they're not trying to make my life a living hell on earth, so that's not, that's kind of nice, that's all right, yeah.
Ragu, if you could be in a 40k faction, what would it be? No Space Marines though. Enjoy Spooky House game. I will.
Oh, okay. I don't know, the Tau, I guess.
Any particular reason?
Oh, I guess it makes sense in that universe that there'd be, a faction like that, because I guess they're often called like the space communists or whatever, and they're all about they're all collectivists, but their whole thing, because I have a very, very light knowledge and understanding of 40k, but they're supposed to be like everything, you do everything for the greater good, and and so they're like, I seem like I could like it's functional. It's not too absurd, like the orcs and the Tyranids and stuff, and the dark, evil space elf Necron things. That seem kind of absurd, which is part of the setting, sure. But I could actually see like existing as a Tau. Like that seems like something that I could actually do.
But the space
Plus
communists, is, that's real scary.
Yeah, but I mean everyone's scary, so it's like you hear that and you're like, oh, that's really bad. Like, yeah, it is. However, everyone's bad, so you're like, yeah.
I just like
But
the idea of
I
space
could believe that.
communist. That's really funny. Just
Yeah.
the word space communist. Well, the words.
I've always liked putting space before anything.
Yeah.
It just makes it funnier.
Space Bolsheviks and space proletariat.
Space.
Space libertarians. Space capitalists.
Fringy, have you heard about Necromunda Hired Gun? I hope it's good. Looks cool so far.
I can't say that I have heard of that, no.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is.
I don't know that either.
So Warhammer again, apparently. Someone mentioned it in my chat before. I'm mad about that. Ow.
Please
Stupid
watch-
red poop. There's something out of context
Please
for everyone on YouTube.
Please watch Invincible. It's got a really major flaw, and I want to see you guys rip into it since everyone's praising it.
Oh
that's-
boy, it's already,
this
the
is-
tide is already turning on Invincible.
Oh, well, all it'll be is another super chat later being like, no, that's not actually a flaw because I know what they're talking about, or something like that. It's just funny that we're at that point. People are like, please watch it because you guys will love it, and please watch it. I want you guys to shred it.
Yeah, I heard everything, yeah.
Guys, I thought we were trying to move away from validation. It's not about that, okay? You stop it. Stop it.
To Fringy, I love a straw nihilists that keep saying... Nihilists, sorry. They keep saying life has no meaning, therefore let's become hedonists, killing machines that inflict suffering on other people because it doesn't matter in the end.
Well, so that's the interesting part, right? Of like trying to figure out, because I think that's one of the things, right? Like if you're an atheist, it's really hard to get over that whole thing of like, oh, so this is meaningless, right? This just happened because it did. And so
I
when
don't
you look
agree.
at
I don't agree. It's hard to get over.
No.
But
so I don't
It
think
is for
it's
a lot
hard
of people.
Yeah, for a lot of people, it is hard to get over that. I agree, Rags, that there is a way to get over it. Because of
I would
course-
amend that. I would agree,
yeah.
only to the sense of they think that it will be hard to get over that because they're still clinging onto their religion. I don't think that it actually is, but there's the fear that it is because they've been told that way.
Yeah, I get what you mean, because but that's the thing, right? I think for people, like, it's hard to get over that, because I think it's just the human brain needs meanings that, like, we just really struggle, I think, to grapple with not knowing and finding a way to sort of get past it. But I think the easy, yeah.
Part of it's like a categorization issue, right? Because like it's like, wait, when I die, it's all over, and you're like, yeah, and they're like, oh no, no meaning. It's like, no, wait, whoa, that was a jump.
Yeah,
What did you have to get
right.
there?
That's right, because I think what they say was like that nihilism, then it's just hedonism, and it's like that's one way to do it, is to just be like try to get as many laughs as you can out of life, and then die without any regard for the effect because it's all meaningless.
But I think that just means you're a psycho.
Well, yeah, right. So it's not. I don't, and I'm not even sure that like humans deal well with doing that, just because of the way that we got here. That like we, for whatever reason,
evolution has instilled in us that we are a very social species.
Yeah, and that we care about
very
other people.
Yeah, it's very, very advantageous.
And we're
So-
problem solvers. We figure things out, and so we're
That's
trying to
right.
figure out this whole thing
boy.
out. This universe
And
of ours.
so, you know, you can have even being a nihilist of like nothing matters. It's like, well, you can choose what matters to you. That's within your power. You have the capacity to choose, and it could always be like absurdism, or I don't know, stoicism, or fuck, what was there was another one as well that's like,
Epicureanism?
well, I mean that's isn't epic. Fuck, I get them mixed up sometimes. I mean, like the idea of the things that you can. What is it? Let me pull it up. I remember I need the definitions, because there was
Because Epicureanism is basically hedonism, but let's calm down and be reasonable.
yeah,
about it.
that's right. So damn it. I think there was I remember we looked at. Oh yeah, there's existentialism, nihilism, and absurdism. Existentialism is that the belief that through a combination of awareness, free will, and personal responsibility, one can construct their own meaning within a world that intrinsically has none of its own. That's pretty good. I think that's one that you can work with. Nihilism means it's pointless to even try and figure out another substitute. Absurdism is the belief that the search for meaning is inherently in conflict with the actual lack of meaning, but the one should both accept this and simultaneously rebel against it by embracing what life has to offer. So there are really positive ways to pull something out of the idea of that there is no broader meaning. That shouldn't be a devastating blow to be like, oh yeah, there is no meaning to like the human race or like existence as a whole on a cosmic scale. Because there probably isn't. But you can always find meaning in the life that you know yourself, right?
Yeah, if
Buffy
people think
Tentacles
nothing
Roogs.
matters, then just start smashing their stereos and their computers and killing their loved ones, and you're like, oh yeah.
Good old Mr. Angel has to deal with this stuff.
Yes, that's right. And if it finds it, so read Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Yes, it's like my favorite book ever. Or it's pretty close. Fucking love that shit.
Frank Waller and Rex, Icons of Philosophy, Metal, Frozen Fetus. He's like just got a baby,
Oh, hey, it's
baby in an
I
ice
know,
cube.
I'm a big fan of One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish. I mean, good work. So, yeah.
I know what you're talking about, Bell. I was surprised that was in the game.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Wait, what is this fucker sad about?
He's sad because he's just learned that life has no meaning. He's crying himself. He's
Luigi's
like,
like, get over it, you piece of shit.
yeah, get over it. If nothing that we do matters, then all that matters is what we do.
He just thumbs up to the camera.
Luigi, give it a thumb.
Mario getting deep on us. Would you rather come from Yahweh or Thor?
I'd have to know more about Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have
come
to check all
from-
the lore for
I
both.
don't know. Thor seems a bit more Chad.
You do kind of feel cool coming from Thor, don't you? You're just like, oh, that's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, Yahweh's just sort of a prick. So
I'm pretty sure Thor's probably a prick as well, but...
he
you
probably
know,
is, but
cooler.
they're probably just more honest about it.
At Rags. And remember, the Darkspawn can come from underground, so this argument with the Tower of Ishal is ludicrous.
They do come from the ground. Well, they can, but they also like amass above ground as well. That's the point of the big, massive battle. Because if they go into the tunnels and stuff, like you can't use your big armies to kill them.
Hi Mauler, I find it endlessly cool that the voice of the OG Optimus Prime did the noises for the Predator in the original film. That is awesome.
I didn't know that.
Also, hi Rags, great work on the
Hello.
Crash video.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
It was really tough to play that game that much and try and get perfect triple S rating on all the levels.
Yeah, I'm
and
sure it was
find
hell.
all of the finding all the collectibles. Like the game's fine as it is, but when you try to push it to that level, oh geez, it just breaks down. Would
Fucking
not
hell.
recommend you push yourself too
Probably
hard
it
on
was
that
hell
game.
for you. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I would not recommend. You wouldn't know, but I'm glad. I envy the fact that you don't know what it's like. That must be really nice to not have those memories.
God, I was so close to breaking a controller on a few occasions. Like, I'm kind of regret not recording some of the cries of anguish that game.
Wings of Fringy.
brought out of me.
I know
Wait,
them because
yeah.
Fringy and Mahler and I, we'd be in calls as he was playing, and we'd hear this random, and then we'd
Yeah.
be like, well,
Oh,
I guess
yeah.
Fringy was
Yeah.
he's doing his game research.
He's being a gamer.
He's working.
Run it Bayou. Sometimes when I go to sleep, I see it like projected against my eyelids. Just that level. Oh, you missed 2 crates. Tough shit. Try again.
That's what I
And then
get.
they were at the beginning of the stage, hidden behind some steps.
You like the girl in Queen's Gambit, where you see the game on the ceiling and you play it.
Damage.
I think. Remember when we saw that scene? It was like, oh no.
Yeah, we were really disappointed. We wanted... I shouldn't talk about it. I was gonna get fucking hung up on everybody in chat. I was like, what? That show's amazing. We're like, okay, it's fine.
Wow.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. To be fair, we only watched episode 1.
Well, episode 1 wasn't good, so...
No, I know. Yeah.
Maybe it gets better when you watch the other episodes.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe not.
I think when we first said it on whatever stream, some people were like, it gets better by like episode 5 or something. We were like,
Oh my god. That's like the show's nearly over. Now, help me out here. How exactly does a ghost get buff? How can he lift weights? Oh, no, never mind.
Dodge.
Oh,
No.
there we see. He can lift weights.
Well, I think a ghost. Well, maybe it's you were buff when you died.
Maybe. Yeah. So I
I
guess
guess
if
the
you're
question
fat, you're
becomes,
just
why is he
fucking fat.
maintaining it? And it's like, yeah, you can lose your buffness in ghost form too. At least
Yeah.
confirmed
So
in
if you
this
turn into a
universe.
ghost when you die, all the more reason to keep yourself fit and healthy.
Yeah.
Well,
you're not gonna
that
be
just
fat
encourages you
forever.
to die in your prime. So maybe don't actually. Maybe don't.
Oh, that
Ignore
would
us.
suck if you're like
Ignore
a
us.
craggy old ghost with, like, you know, you just all you can do is walk really slowly, and all the other ghosts are like,
Yeah.
eh,
Everyone's
well.
partying on Endor, and you're old
Yeah.
man Force Ghost Obi-Wan, and you look over and you're like, wait a second, so I can. Wait a second, how come I'm old? And what?
Remember, on the re-release, it was
Jackson?
like Hayden Christensen came back, and it's like, wait, what? Wait, no, it doesn't make sense. I think that the idea there was like that was when he was last Anakin. It's like, well, no, it wasn't. He was Anakin on
No,
the.
he was Anakin
on
when
the
he
Death
died.
Star.
Hence,
He was-
Force Ghost.
Again, if he was Force Ghost, he would just be half of Vader's suit, or the helmet, and he just looks terrible, and horrible. It's just like, yeah, this is me.
So I have a question because I'm not up on the discourse in terms of like the remasters and stuff, the redos, re-releases. So is it controversial to like the idea that Boba Fett's voice sounds like Jango?
I don't think so. I think people are okay with that.
Because
from
I
what I've
like
heard.
that. I think that makes
I think
sense,
it's
and I
cool.
think that's one of those nifty changes.
It certainly helps continuity. He is a 100% clone. Like,
Yeah, so he sounds like So I was like, okay, that would
If
make
so-
sense. Yeah.
I suppose if someone was to say, well, I always liked the original voice and I don't like the new voice, that would be their argument. But
I'd be like, okay, I guess, but yeah.
I think switching that is cool. If anything, that's that brings up. I don't even know if I want to bring up this conversation because it could take us a while. But like, the idea of you know, we're very cool with updating games, especially to fix shit. And since we're heading there, sort of with movies, where we can own less of them, and they're more like streaming services and stuff. What if they were like, you know, so a
Updated
good
over
example would
time?
be pretty much. You know, we've got with Game of Thrones and Mandalorian, they had errors, but they were brushed out of just updating the video files that stream.
Yeah.
And so if we had like a major fucking error that like caused huge problems for the story, and then they chose to update that file so that that thing wasn't that thing anymore, like, what do you guys think?
Oh, so
like,
basically a
we're cool
patch
with
for a
video games
movie.
doing that. Yeah,
One
we're
at
cool
a
with video
time.
games.
I'm
Yeah.
fine with that, with the asterisk at the end of that statement being, like, as long as they keep it relegated to, like, fixing actual, like, meta errors, for instance. Because once
But
you
for
start
me-
changing the content itself, I feel like it can... Like, that's where it's starting. That's where it starts. Even then, I'm not necessarily against it. Depends on what the change is.
For me, I think, and it's interesting because I think this applies. It doesn't even apply to games, and it's such a weird sort of thought in terms of why is the difference with the mediums, and I would like to try and figure it out definitively, but I think I want the initial version always available from
Yeah.
the moment
Yeah.
it was released,
Yeah.
and then there's a constantly updating one.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a good, healthy, you know, kind of like WoW Classic versus
Yeah.
World of
Well,
Warcraft.
because
the main one.
the really scary thing is, I don't know,
They
Ridley
patched the
Scott's like,
Cats
you
movie
know,
to remove
Alien.
ads.
Oh, yeah.
I need to update Alien. It's broken in a couple places. Like, please don't touch it, old man.
Don't touch it.
Get the fuck
Yeah,
away.
then I don't know if you just said it because I was reading something. Like, depends who does the changes, I guess.
That's another.
In a
so this is the
perfect
thing.
world with
I think the
good
fear
media,
of it-
I would be super keen on it.
Yeah, like if it were only ever used in the ways that most people would agree are like this is really beneficial, then I think we'd all be fine with it. But I think we all worry it would be used to destroy things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we could. Or what if, you know, in the future they're like, you know what? I fundamentally disagree with the message that was in this film. I want to change it for the modern audience.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I was getting
Oh
at.
no. Yeah. Like,
That's
oh,
the thing.
no.
Like, in theory, I'm okay with it. However,
Yeah, so I was gonna say my conclusion is I think it would be really neat and it could work to benefit a lot of things, but no, because I don't trust you.
Yeah, and again, Ministry of Truth, somebody just said in chat, what if the government starts getting involved in this? Like, the government can start patching movies to
Yeah,
conform better to their agenda at the time.
and if we look back, you know, decades and decades, like, what if when you create something, it is what it is. It's a snapshot of when that, you know, things can truly they are products of their time. Everything from Jaws to Duel to Smokey and the Bandit and all that sort of thing. Those are part of what makes those
Yeah,
interesting to watch as decades roll by, is that they were not made and updated. They are from a different time.
Oh, and we've got examples already of the realistic worry, which is that, say for example, Star Wars is bought by a company like Disney, and then there's this one scene that's a little bit controversial with something happening, and they go, you know what? I don't think I like that scene from that 1978
sorry,
movie or
phone
9
call.
movie. Sorry, we're gonna drop that scene. It's
Oh,
just like,
you mean like they do it already for China?
Well, this being on like, what was it? Splash. They covered her ass up because they don't
Yeah,
want people
with
seeing it.
fake hair.
So
yeah.
that is one of the most like, holy fuck, where are we gonna end? Like, what's gonna happen? And I know that people be like, oh no, they covered an ass. Are you okay? It's like, it's not about that. It's not about the ass.
It's about where it goes. It always
Yeah.
starts small. How many times do you have to explain this to people? They start big with big
Oh, it's a
changes.
slippery slope argument.
Well, you know what? In
This is one slippery ass
2012
slope, okay?
Yeah, in 2013, remember? Oh, Dead Space 3 microtransactions. Oh, well, it's just you know, it's not that big a deal. Now fucking every game has them. And
Yeah.
we're fucked,
Well-
and we're never going back.
I suppose it's time to bring out the quintessential example. Who shot first?
Yeah.
Frank.
And, you know, so the more I think about this, the more I don't want it. So not even like, so think, you know, what were we talking about earlier on? Art.
Won't drink it as bad.
We were
Yeah.
talking
Alright.
about impressionist art and Baroque art and all that sort of stuff. And I'm thinking, I cannot imagine ever, quote unquote, updating those to fix their mistakes. I was thinking, the Rolling Stones have a song called "Gimme Shelter." Fucking great song. And there is a point in that song where the singer, I don't know the names of these, people, but the vocalist, the singer for that song, his voice cracks in the song. And when his voice cracks when he's trying to hit one of those really high notes, one of the other band members makes a noise. They go like "woo," and it becomes, as a result of him cracking his voice, and it's part of the song, and that's it gives it a lot of character, and that's an interesting thing about the song that happened while they were recording it, and they fucking rolled with it and they made it, and that's the quote unquote official version of the song, and it has that quote unquote error in it. I couldn't imagine him changing that or even considering that, like fixing the song. The more I think about it, the more I really don't. And even when it gets to game bugs, I'm like, even like that's the most palatable example. But even a part of me is like,
well,
maybe
BXR,
the bugs,
man,
maybe
like
some
BXR,
bugs
that's
are...
part of Halo 2. That's just a part of that game.
I mean, I'm like, yeah, like I look at Resident Evil 4 that I love, and there's some bugs in that, and you're like, there's some part of the bugs that make the experience what it is. And of course, I wouldn't say that, if the bugs weren't there, then the fact that the experience is what the experience is. But I mean, I guess the more I think about it, the more I just kind of want you to leave things alone.
This is the thing. I think the monkey wrench is video games, and it might just be because it's been the norm for so long that we're not too worried about that changing.
Well, unlike
you
all
look
that
at
other
Cyberpunk,
stuff,
and you're like, "Oh, should we keep it the way it is?" Like, fuck no.
No.
And if someone was like, "So it's a
Yeah.
threshold," then it goes from broken to like at some point it's charming and then it's broken. I'd be like, I don't think that's good enough. Like,
Maybe it's
I just think
video
it's a
games
matter
are
of
complicated.
we're so used to it with games, and it's not really happening in a way with. We don't have. Do we have a like who shot first for video games?
Well, I think
there's, well,
there
I think
probably is,
video
but-
games are
I'm sure there
are
is,
the
just
only
as
one
a-
of.
yeah.
Well, video games are the only one of these mediums that's interactive. I look at
Yes.
a painting, I watch a movie, I listen to music, but when it comes to video games, I have to do the thing. And if there's a bug that gets in the way of me doing the thing, that's different.
I
Like, it's
think-
undeniably
I agree.
different, it's just
the
how
idea of,
much
I think,
different.
I think it is that video games can be broken. I think it is very hard for people to accept that a film could be broke. And a video game can be broken in a way that no other piece of content really can be. Like, it could just not function. So
Yeah.
you could have a bug that just makes the game not work. Whereas
you're
with a
actually
book,
you're
not gonna
hard
have-
you're
Yeah,
hard
you-
locked out of the game. Like you
There's
actually
not-
can't play it. Yeah.
There's not going to be an issue with a book where it's like, oh, I now can't read the rest of the content in the book or like
Yeah.
the movie. You can have a DVD that breaks, but that's not the film's
You can
fault.
still
That's like DVD.
you can still read a shitty book and you could still watch a
Yes.
crappy movie.
But you can't play a game that is like broken to the core where you can get hard locked out of the ending, or the game freezes and is never playable again, or like, and so it becomes so there is like a clear demand to fix those issues. But with like a movie, it's like, well, no, this is content that we dislike, not
Yeah,
that it doesn't function.
And if you look at it as a product, when you buy a video game, like all products, when you buy it, you expect it to work.
Yes.
And pointing to a video game not working is a lot more objective and clear cut than saying that movie doesn't work unless it just doesn't turn on or something.
Well, it's
Like,
funny,
you're
Total
not
Biscuit talked
guaranteed.
about that.
Yeah, like when you go to see a movie, you can't say, well, I thought I'd like it more, or I thought the story would make more sense. Like that would you can't get refunds doing that,
I think
probably.
you can in some places.
Maybe. But that's
especially-
more of a just we just want to keep you happy so you'll come back the next time thing.
Well, yeah, it
Not
applies
a-
to all
like a
products.
legitimate-
Dissatisfaction,
not like a
especially if you make enough
legitimate,
noise. Well, so I was gonna say scenario then, like something like No Man's Sky, where they keep updating it to the point where everyone's very happy, but they keep, let's say, whatever storyline was in that game, it's obviously different from what it is now. So this applies to more than just bug fixing for games. I think we apply this quite liberally in terms of like if someone goes, oh, you know, Luigi's Mansion released, and then a year later they released an update that gave it a few extra rooms in the mansion, more ghosts, and a story chapter that wasn't there before to make things make more sense, as well as fixing what bugs were in there. I still don't think that we would be complaining.
Yeah.
Like we would be with movies getting it. So I really do think that games it's just
Something
been
about them.
well, it's just been the way that it's always been. As soon as they were able to update them in real time, it seems that
Maybe
they were doing it.
Maybe it just has to do with the fact that games were on the forefront of that ability to even update, because it's entirely like a digital thing. And so it's like games were immediately able to do that, whereas with movies and stuff, it took time to catch up to the whole.
Well, I remember when they
have an
first like started putting movies on Steam. I remember being like, "What? Like, how does that fucking?" Huh? And it's like, well, why wouldn't it work that way? They're easier to stream than games are.
Yeah, then games.
Or
Yeah,
download.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it.
You know, it's interesting. I didn't mean to open that can of worms. It's just a long,
It's
big
real
combo.
complex. I'm not sure if there's a clear-cut answer to this one.
Heavily contextualized.
Imagine the Snyder cut was the way it was on release, and then there's just some guy who's chipping away at it, and after 2 years it becomes the Whedon cut. It just keeps getting updated until it eventually becomes that. Some would say that's a mockery. Others would say, "Oh, you know what? It's a little bit better."
Maybe it's also just that video games. Wow, I was about to say video games are easier to amend, but like once they're out, because someone can just dive into the code and start changing it. Whereas like with a movie, I guess you need to reshoot scenes or recut scenes.
Oh, well, obviously
Cutting
the
the
examples
video.
I was giving were ones that were done in a moment. As soon as they were aware of the Starbucks cup, they just cut it out with like one technician probably just did an airbrush.
Yeah.
And
Which I find super
guess
interesting. We all, because when it happened, I was just like, holy shit, that's something they just did. Is there a conversation to be had here? Like, we just edited the TV
Starbucks
show.
exists in Westeros. It's fucking.
Oh, no.
confirmed.
Obviously, that wasn't what I meant. I just meant like we just delved into an active piece of like streaming TV content and changed it. Now I know it's small, but we still did that. And then I was thinking like, you know, Lord of the Rings kind of did it with the car in the background. I think the extended editions don't have it because they got rid of it.
I think
before
it
they
was
released
only
them.
it was only the theatrical. I don't think it ever made it into any CDs or DVDs.
Yeah, and so I felt like that's a different distinction. Those are different almost releases. While, you know, you watch in that Game of Thrones episode, you pause and then you go to sleep because you're like, I gotta show Danny tomorrow, and then you have a power cut and you reboot it up and you're like, oh yeah, look at this, and it's gone. You're like, what the fuck? Was I imagining that? I don't know, it's interesting.
It is interesting to talk about, but we don't talk about anything interesting on EFAP because we just don't understand themes or character or heart or soul or anything. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Whatever,
True.
it's just EFAP.
To parrot a point from Discord, why logic as opposed to any other objective standard? I appeal to the fact that logical stories reflect reality. Look at how you define story. You should be able to derive it immediately out of that.
Yeah, a story is an account of a series of events. So
Yep,
that
series of
there are
events.
requirements to have that be a thing.
Yeah, like why is a fork not a knife? Like, well,
Because of
it's-
the universal law of non-contradiction and excluded middle. A thing can't be something it isn't. It has to be what it is. Just basic stuff.
And I find that we all appeal to this standard, whether or like literally all of us, because there's no other way to do it with stories. Like, so if you're going to compliment a story, it's incredibly rare that you won't appeal to something in reference to something else in the story, and the fact that it connects or it pays off is why you're praising it. At least when
You
regarding
see
the writing,
something,
of
you
course.
react to it. I mean, you're all the stuff. Even if you have to, you have to see things. You have to react to the things that you see, the things that you hear, and the experience. There's all a reason for that stuff. And if you don't have, there are prerequisites for what a story, is. And those are just the foundational aspects of that we kind of use.
Something that kind of solidified it for me was that initial talk with Just Right, a guy who's hyper experienced with reading all kinds of storytelling literature, looks down completely on me and Wolf. It's like, gosh, you guys, you're cute with your little objective, so cute. But his video of TLJ at the time, it praised TLJ for nailing loads of connected pieces, and then you expose how one of them isn't a connected piece. He's highlighting it as one, but it isn't one, and his response is just silence. It's like, oh, is that it? Is that all we got? It's like, yeah, so whatever value you were drawing out of that is built on a hollow ground. There's nothing there. And so how do you account for that? And you just don't. And it's like, oh, well, I would like to separate out the ones that do and the ones that don't. Or the scenes that do and the scenes that don't. The lines that do, the lines that don't.
Yeah, if it goes back to the postmodernist art, you know, this sort of thing. Like, if it's all equally valuable, if, you know, one piece of content or media or art or anything is just as good as anything else, like, why try? Like, it's all good.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
There can't be.
And, you know,
Wait.
appealing to it
Right.
until it doesn't work for you, that's bullshit.
Mm.
It's frustrating. Because you're like, oh, cool, we're on the same wavelength until it doesn't work for you. Now we're on a different one. It's like, I was valuing this whether or not it made sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, okay. And at that point, can't I just make shit up?
Yeah, and at that point, it just devolves into absurdity, and there's no point to any of it. And like, there's a reason why you can. So there are some things that can't be measured in an objective sense when we get into movies, but if you can make a compelling case for it, and you could justify reasonably why you think the way you do, like even that has aspects of, you know, we could see reasons and there's through lines there, and we can discuss it, and it's a conversation starter.
Yeah, and it's so useful to build on, too, instead of nothing at all. Like, we often advocate, like, whether or not you completely agree with everything that we say, like, surely this is... We make arguments based on references, and that's way more useful than, nah, it's all meaningless. Or, rather, it's all meaningful and all meaningless. It's all anything anybody wants.
And if all of your feelings are equally valid, regardless of whether or not they come or they are derived from a thing that's true or accurate, then you don't have to think hard to imagine the insane implication that has to not just the what's going to happen to the craft, but the way that you live your life. Because no one lives their life like that. But when they're faced with it, that's when their brain has to make amends. That's when you have to pay the proverbial piper in your mind and come to terms with that aspect of, you know, yourself. And it also means you can be, you know, some things can be more correct than others, even if you don't want to, even if you're arguing with someone who wants to appeal to absolute truth. Like, some things can be more correct than other things.
You know what's probably there's lots of most convincing parts of this, but another one is probably that we're aware of the other ones, like the other ways of doing it. We think they're really shit. We have like really good reason, I think, for it. Then a lot of people like who do it the way that they do, you know, will claim they're aware of, let's call it our way. But then when asked like very simple questions, you can see what happens in real time. I think Twin Perfect's one of the best examples.
Yeah, and there have been people whose videos we've seen, but we have not covered. I know there was one who thought, God, who was this fucking idiot? He thought that we think objectively good means popular.
A lot of people have said that.
And then I'm like, how have you ever? I don't even know how you can get that idea.
Well, yeah, the knee-jerk response to objectively bad is, I'm pretty sure someone liked it. It's like, wait, what?
Why would that even be? Sure. Why would that even be a counter that you'd think is? Who are you?
Yeah. Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Oh wow, I was not paying attention. I just died, and I shouldn't have.
I can't believe people are defending Logain.
Logain?
Logain. He had the Kuzland. Tyranny?
Yeah. So if you play as the human and you choose the noble origin as a human, then
Yeah, that was a dumb death. I was not paying attention at all. I was just going on autopilot. But yeah, I'm gonna end my stream here. I'm still gonna chill over at the EFAP Chisms. But I just don't want to play anything right now. I just want to chill out. So, but yeah, I'm still gonna be around in on the EFAP. I'm just gonna chill and have some more tranquilizers, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna play more Outer Wilds tomorrow. The game was fun stuff. Yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out. Thanks for the subs and follows and all that good stuff. I appreciate it as always. I don't know why I did that, but it felt right now. But yeah, catch you later, guys. Bye-bye.